He said, hey, look. He said, hey, look. He said, hey, 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 hey.
Welcome to the Snark Tank. You're about to get your ears glazed by the great Chris Raygun, Derek Blackman, and Tom Sweeney. Sit back and prepare for some action. Sit back and prepare for some glazing glory.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Snark Tank Podcast. That over there, look, that's Derek. This over here, look, that's Sween. Hi, over here, it's me, and welcome. Remember, you can get early access, exclusive episodes, all that ad-free shit.
Where?
Over at patreon.com/the Snark Tank. You can also ask us questions that we're going to get to later on in the show.
Yeah.
Man, it's been a time.
It's been
I feel there's a lot. I feel like
Shit is getting wild, man.
Before we go into this, I want to get over with now, so no one talks about it anymore. It's that drawing of that fucking person that everyone keeps saying looks like me.
Dude, that-
wait, what?
It doesn't.
You didn't see that?
I'll show you. It's
so here's
out
the
of
thing,
pocket.
because this dude freaked out, and so like I didn't, because I wanted to meme the fuck out of it, but this dude would like freaked out, and some guy tagged him, and he's like, oh, like as if someone's gonna actually fucking arrest you, bro.
No, but like, how'd I explain it? There's like a time and a place, like if someone sent that to me directly, I'd be like, that's mad funny.
No. Like this is if there was a mugshot or a drawing, it's one of those artist drawings.
I didn't freak out. Also, I was like, hey, dude,
kind of did.
I didn't. I was like, hey, dude.
I mean,
I said verbatim. Let me say it first before you say
Go
it.
ahead.
I said verbatim. I was like, look, dude, I understand this is a joke and I get it, but this is like someone that sexually assaulted somebody. Like I get where you're coming from. It is funny. But like, maybe don't directly tag this person you say looks exactly like this person that sexually harassed somebody. That's all I said. I did not make a fucking big scene. I did not go like that. Yo, dude, don't fucking do that.
You absolutely murdered the fun of it.
I think
100%.
I think it's fucking funny, but also
I still don't know what we're talking about.
So it's on. So go to the Snark Tank. Go to the Snark Tank Twitter, because I retweeted it just the other day, because like I was like, okay, just in this thing you're not tagged. So it was just the Snark Tank thing that tagged it. And I'm like, because to me, the concern was that you're being tagged directly and maybe some mouth breather would call the police.
Someone could say something stupid and lines could be drawn out of nowhere. I'm like, all right, look.
Like, I just don't believe that is such a stretch. Because I'm just saying from my, look, you did what you had to do. I get it.
Because I didn't take personal offense. I wasn't even rude to the person about it. I was like, I understand it's pretty funny. Like, I get it. But like,
I would love to see this.
What I mean by freaking,
there is comedy to it, though.
What I mean by freaking out is that the artist's depiction, it does look like a fucked up. It looks like a Meat Canyon Swede.
That's what I said. It looks like if Meat Canyon did a picture of me. It looks like that.
It's actually. Let me go on the Snark Tank Twitter.
Oh my god!
Because I just
that almost got me.
Yeah, so it was one of those things though, but because I wanted to.
What the fuck?
So
oh my god!
I can't believe you missed it.
Who is that?
It looks like
his eye is lazy in the drawing.
Dude, their eye is their fun. That's what the icing on the cake.
That is one of the craziest things I've ever seen.
It looks like if someone from memory drew a monster version of myself, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
It's so good. It's so fucking good.
Is amazing.
It's so good.
I can see where someone's like, "Oh, that looks like me," but at the same time, that looks so much more monstrous than I am.
Oh my god!
That's why it looks like a Halloween version of you.
It's like, what the fuck?
The Halloween merch that we were talking about.
Oh my god!
Can we do that? No, we can't. I want to, because I think that's fucking funny, but
Dude,
that's insane.
I don't know. I think that's perfect.
But also like. Like
it's the new scumbag line. It's the next drop.
That is crazy. Can I see that again? That is one of the most insane images I've ever seen. That's supposed to be a real person?
Apparently.
How did they get his eye so lazy?
That's what's so. I'm like,
how'd they get his eyes? Look, if they took out all of the redeeming factors of my face anything that would consider me as attractiveness, that is it. And they took out all of the good features I have. They're just like,
that's nothing good of you is left.
Canines. He's a fucking.
He's like beast. He's a literal beast.
That feels like is that racist? There's no way that guy looks like that.
It's gotta be somewhat racist.
Like,
There's no way anybody on the face of the earth looks like that.
So this is what he did. This IMPD, which I don't know what IM is. It could be anything, any city. So IMPD,
Inner Michigan,
Inner
Monsters,
Inner Monster Police
Internal
Department
Monsters.
says a 16-year-old girl walking near 38th Street and Post Road was abducted by the man portrayed in this sketch. She says he sexual assaulted her in an older tan SUV. Like even the older tan SUV thing, it's like, bro, switch it up. Like get a Prius or something. Like right, you
can't fit someone in a Prius.
That's a good point.
Yeah, you can't be like
the newer ones are a little bit bigger. No,
you can't be an abductor in a Prius.
I can't fit in a Prius at all.
That's true. I gave Kingston a ride one time in because I have a Fiesta.
Yeah.
And like I was like, I don't think I can do this again because he could barely fit in it. He looks so uncomfortable in it.
It's insane because like obviously like I'm a fat dude. But even if I was thin,
just being tall,
I just can't survive in California.
You're a tall person.
It doesn't work for me. I go on rides and I'm like,
dude, JoJo's best friend just flew in town, and she's either just as tall or a little bit taller than you.
Than me?
Yeah,
that's insane.
Yeah, she's fucking.
I think I saw pictures of them standing next to each other. She didn't look that tall.
You should check again.
That is like a matter of fact.
Because it's crazy.
Maybe I'm misremembering how tall JoJo is.
Because JoJo's 5'9". So,
never mind.
So she's 3 inches taller than me. And
Never
I'm like,
mind.
I think JoJo is near my height.
No, for some reason
you don't see her that often either.
Yeah, I don't see her that often. I guess I don't know. I never. Even though she is taller than you, I don't imagine it for some reason.
She's a woman. No. This is like not. I know how I sound. I know who I am. I know what I usually do. But like, it's because she's a woman. You like, usually assume more often than not we see men being taller than women.
I know what you mean. It's like people or like say on
or at least
YouTube,
on the same height.
People on YouTube were so shocked when I say that I was 5'6" because me being a black man. They immediately thought that I was a juggernaut.
You're scared. They assume you're terrifing.
Yeah, they're like
scared of you. Now, like, man, maybe I can defeat this one in combat. I'm not scared of this one.
That would go so horrible. That's one of those things.
I would just go grapple, man. People don't know. People don't know how to get out of real grapples in real life, and it's sad.
You don't need to know how to get out of a real grapple.
Yeah, you just
using your pocket knife.
I think you should really just like. I think Diddy actually taught people a lot of stuff. Like one thing that it taught people is there is an advantage. There's an advantage in having that much baby oil, because if you get into a dust up with someone who knows how to grapple, they can't grapple you.
Yeah. If you're fighting someone dusty as well.
Yeah. That's the thing. Well, that's actually kind of like isn't that like the unstoppable force and the immovable object?
Yeah. A man covered in dust and a man covered in PDD's baby oil.
But they're covered to the
You're
dust.
Being covered in dust?
The guy that's covered in dust, he looks like Sandman. He looks like, that's how dusty he is when Sandman's in dust form.
I actually can't imagine being covered in dust. I can't, like...
These two people are at a bar, and they get into a fight. They happen to be covered in baby oil, and the other guys, they don't know each other. They're two separate
They're
groups.
from opposite sides of town.
Well, they're opposing forces. They will be drawn to one another.
You're from the dusty part of
They
town.
will be drawn to one another. They'll just meet at this random fucking TGI Fridays. Everybody's like kind of trying to have like a regular night. You know, if you had TGI Fridays, you're already kind of, your life's kind of shitty already.
Yeah.
And then these two people just walk in. You're like, what the fuck's about to happen here?
A slippery man and a dusty man. By the way, when I say dust, I know that there's like outside, like if you're at a beach, you can imagine, right?
Yeah.
The sand or whatever. I'm talking like house dust, like the gray, like navy blue, like house
out of the
dust.
vacuum? Out of the
vacuum, lint, essentially. I love it.
That makes my skin crawl so much, and I don't know why. I guess it's gross by nature, I guess.
It's gross in a way that's not
like
you're not gonna throw up necessarily.
It's not repulsive, but it's like, oh, this is just kind of gross.
Yeah, it's dingy. I'm like,
it's
no
dingy.
Thanks.
It's a good way to put it.
Completely full of baby oil is terrifying because you can't stop them.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, because even if they attack you, one thing you want to try to hold off the attacker. You want to grab them and try to like stop them, but then they can't.
slip right through
They just
you.
keeps whoop,
Man.
whoop, you know.
Yeah,
like,
the slide whistle sound.
He tries to put a chair between you and him, and he just kind of slides through the atoms of the chair. He just walks through the chair on you. And you're like, what the fuck is this?
is that what Diddy was trying to achieve? Actually,
Yeah.
He was trying to go to the first.
He was trying to-
universe. He's trying to go to Universe Prime.
In the back of Diddy's mansion, he has that Hadron Collider for Spider-Man 3. Yeah, it's that, but it's just baby oil. He was trying to build a perfect baby oil man, and he couldn't do it.
He's infusing infants with baby oil at a young age.
He actually
and
wasn't
dying.
doing sex trafficking. He wasn't doing any of that stuff. He was just abducting people to turn into baby oil people to build a baby oil man army.
That's crazy because
Yeah.
I feel like there would have been a lot of volunteers if he would have just been forthcoming.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, but you can't do that. You know,
It's difficult to pitch.
You can't engineer people. That's like against one of the basic laws of humanity.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if you sign up, you can.
You can't even put up. You can't put up a thing for them to sign up for.
I mean, it's why you know how like all the dogs that get tested on and rabbits and stuff, they signed up for it.
Yeah, they do.
They signed. I mean, and then it's
Put a
fine.
little paw print on, on an evil
dog's
contract. On a contract's on fire, and he's like, yeah.
Do it, and then
There you
Fauci fucking does his thing.
It's crazy that you
and he
can't-
injects a dog with raw AIDS. It's a
Raw.
It's a fucking vial of AIDS.
It's they have the valves that like they have the vials that just carry like a month's worth of medicine. It's just like AIDS though. They have it just stored. Bro, imagine. I mean, actually, I say imagine, but they have every fucking virus and disease.
Especially disease they have at every single one of them. The CDC, they have those
That shit
vials
is
of
so
them.
terrifying. Like, if some crazy asshole that works with that, they just decide to snap and they just let everything loose.
I am so, but all those things they have for the most part, most of them they have things to deal with.
I know they have stuff like that, but so many. It's like when Trump got shot at. Like they have these preventative measures that sometimes just fail spectacularly. Where you're
Yeah.
like, oh, how did this even happen? When you go. What's even like say any major disaster when you start looking into it? I understand why people think it's a conspiracy theory because you're like, how did it fail this spectacularly? Like
Yeah.
any major event when you think about it.
It's always a series of people just being a little too lazy. It's always like people being like lazy in the sense that you could have just
It's probably
took
fine.
5 more steps.
Yeah.
You could have went and checked that one more time. Like,
The
man, I
one
checked this
day-
thing
like,
every day.
It's always
The one day you were just like kind of took it a little easy.
in
You're
a
like,
series of that
it's gonna be
all the time.
fine.
Like from
then some freak Spider-Man
Dude,
loser.
it is literally like
some dumbass child.
it is literally it's like TSA. You know, like
Yeah.
I've gotten through TSA accidentally with like knives and fucking like more times than you would assume. You know, because it's just
I
like
have
and then like it's
cluster bombs.
cluster bombs, pressure cookers.
A pocket nuke.
There's a pocket. The thing that's weird about it to me is that like they will stop you. So there's like generally you would assume that certain things they have flagged, right?
Yeah.
Because they like take your laptop out, take your fucking game system out or whatever.
You
Right?
don't take out your gun.
But then sometimes I'll look at my camera and I'll be like, do I need to take this out? I'm not gonna do it. And I leave the camera in my bag. And sometimes it goes through and it's no problem. And then other times they're like, it's this. It's the camera. And so it's like there's no consistent rule set about this at all. That seems so fucking haphazard.
I mean, I think there is a rule. It's just some people are like, it's just a camera. You know, like they're supposed to do
yeah.
it, but they just let it go.
Some fucking idiot's never seen a camera before. They're like, what's this? Is this like a gun?
You know,
He starts screaming at the screen.
He takes his gun. He has.
He starts shouting
he
gun.
starts firing. He's just firing blindly.
He's firing at only people of Muslim descent.
Yeah, he
bro.
doesn't even.
right at them.
It's clearly your bag, and he just targets fucking like anything that is remotely brown and has a beard.
He
That is
shooting at them.
insane.
And he has aimbot, bro. Boom, boom, boom.
So this guy could have been like the greatest ever in like some type of gun slinging thing, and he just chose to work in the TSA.
Bro.
So Well, I
It's
mean,
like fucking Superman being a reporter.
yeah.
That's how you get to the problems faster.
Well,
Sure.
He's a god. He's a god.
He's
He
a
doesn't need to
fucking
be-
god. He's like, oh.
He wants to help people on the ground level too, which he does. He does help people the right way through the reporting. Because the people try to intimidate him. They're like, if you do this, he's like, go ahead, do it. I don't care. I can make your mom die twice.
Who are you talking about?
Superman.
Who?
He's a reporter, right? So
Who's that? Who's Superman?
He's a guy, but don't worry.
So
You figure it out.
He's not.
well, look. Speaking of racism,
Speaking of
Speaking of
racism,
racism.
wait, were we talking? Oh yeah, we were.
yeah,
we were.
a little bit before we segued into Superman.
Yeah, yeah.
Too quickly for me to care whether or not that transition made sense. There was a fun little I don't know what would you call it, like a meetup.
a little meet and greet.
little function.
A little meet
There was,
and
a,
greet.
there was a little meetup, a little function at Madison Square Garden.
A little kickback.
last week, a little kickback, a little picnic, a little barbecue, indoor barbecue at Madison Square Garden. It was a Trump rally, and it's the best thing I've ever seen. It is so perfect.
Why'd it have to be at home,
MSG
man?
Well, I mean, it's the capital of the country.
Is
so, like,
MSG like the capital? What? What
New
do you
York's
mean?
pretty much the capital
New
of
York
the country.
City is
Like
it's
well,
ostensibly.
I guess it's. I know what you mean.
Yeah,
I know what you mean.
I know
Like,
it's.
it's
I
not
know
really,
it's. I
but
know Washington D.C.
Yeah.
But it's like,
I know what you mean. I know what
yeah.
you mean.
It's where everything's gonna happen.
If everyone had to choose what should be the capital, I think the people would be like, yeah,
it
NYC.
wouldn't choose DC. DC's so ass.
It's
Too many black people.
unfortunately,
Way too many.
You're
unfortunately.
like it sucks that you say that, but it's like, yeah, I bet a lot of the country would be like, a lot of the country that went to that rally and that loved that rally would be like, yeah, I don't like DC because like they wouldn't.
Yeah.
They would. Then when you try to press them on it, they'll say because of the politicians, but you know what you know why they don't like DC.
Dude, DC. I went there once and I couldn't believe it was like. You know those stories about North Korea and how they have like fake stores?
Yeah.
It felt like that. like walking through DC, especially like around like the the important buildings where
Yeah.
the people the politicians are pretending to work. You just walk entire street. I don't know. Have you been to DC? Have you walked around that area? You walk an entire block and you pass a building. You're walking by a building. No signage, no door. No descript, all of it is nondescript. And then you look around the corner and it's the same thing. It's like, how do you get into this building?
All of Pennsylvania
It's
Avenue
insane.
is weird. Then you get tucked where the monuments are, and it's like, oh, this is like cool.
It's like facades.
But like this is like clearly a set piece.
It's
Yeah.
weird.
It's a
Yeah.
set piece. Like,
And I remember I went to like this food court that was like kind of like a little bit away. And it was just, it wasn't in a building. It was in between two buildings. And like you would go down into like this kind of like, I think you know exactly where that is. And if you wouldn't know that it was there because there's no signage at all, you just have to stumble across it. It's like fucking Elden Ring. You just have to discover
and
it.
then the moment you get like a block away from the White House, it turns into like the ghettoest ghetto, like immediately away, and it's like, what is
It's always
this
wild to
place?
see that contrast.
Yeah.
Like, what is
I'll
going
see a lot
on?
of footage of Brazil. Most beautiful neighborhoods and these these high-rise apartments that are amazing.
Yeah.
Literally right next to it, separated by this shitty fence, the favelas or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, it's
There's a guy.
Ew,
there's
this is
people are taking
crazy.
selfies of themselves sipping wine on like a balcony.
Yeah.
And in the background, there's
On
like
robbery.
there's a baby fucking a spider on the side of the street, and you're just like, yo, what is going on
Damn.
in this place?
That
man?
baby's giving that spider the work too. That baby's giving that
that's poverty. That's true poverty, man.
that's impoverished.
that
right
they
there,
just
dude.
that's
But
just happening.
but so they had a rally. There was a lot of speakers up there. A lot of what I couldn't help but notice, but a lot of disgraced celebrities exiled from their previous professions, which is hilarious. It's like Hulk Hogan, I think, was there, right?
Yeah,
He
and
like came out.
He even had trouble ripping off his fucking the one thing that he's supposed to do, and he was like, "I'm racist, brother," and it just wasn't really working.
He's too old.
He's old and full. The steroids are catching. The steroids and the working 7 days a week. It's like
I
that's
feel like
catching
the
up to his
cancer is
body.
catching up with him because you know he has fucking skin cancer.
He's got
like there's
something.
no way he looks like a hot dog. Like there's no way he doesn't have skin cancer.
Yeah, maybe.
He looks like he looks like a Boston cream donut in the worst ways. You know.
He ripped so many of his shirts that he ripped his brain in half.
Even-
But so he's on that stage. I didn't hear what he said specifically because I don't think anyone's ever cared about anything that Hulk Hogan's ever said.
Never.
But-
not since like Derek was born.
No, but even then, like, do you care what he says? You know what I mean? You care what he's doing.
No,
know?
honestly, the last time I cared about him was Hollywood Hogan when he turned heel and WCW. That was the only time I even remotely cared about this guy because it was fascinating to see this American hero guy finally like act like a shithead, and that was fun. But then like I was like, oh, this is his real persona.
Yeah,
he's just a shithead. And he fucks with people, and he lies more than Trump, actually. If you can fucking believe that.
And he's a huge snitch, dude. That whole thing he did about, I forgot who it was. Was it Hart, I think? Or one of them about the fucking him, like, oh, I'm going to leave the company because I feel like I'm not getting paid the right amount of money here. And he went and tattled on him, Vince McMahon.
Gobbled
He just went and sucked. He's like, oh, he's leaving, Vince.
He's just the embodiment of, like, everything you don't want to be around, essentially. So he's, like, useless person to even have speak up there.
It was funny when he sued Gawker though. That was pretty cool. I appreciated that.
I appreciated that because how fucking stupid do you have to be Gawker?
Yeah.
I'm like, what did you think was gonna happen?
I know, yeah.
It was the weird. Whatever. There are some decisions.
That was two retards fighting. That meme.
It was.
But
man, there was a lot of hard-ers around that time when that happened. Because, when that thing that got leaked, and I'm actually had fond memories of doing Hulk Hogan impressions and saying so many hard R's.
Yeah.
That was actually, I actually missed that, like...
Do we know you then? I think we knew you.
Probably around the time.
A little bit.
No.
I don't know if we had met yet. I don't think we have met yet, because I used to have a podcast called Horse and Ape in 2016, and it was my friend Brock, and I remember doing an episode about that, and I just, like... There's so many, but that was back then when YouTube was still like okay. You can still
okay with saying racial.
Well, like
slurs.
you can make some money, right? It was just really the biggest caveats to me. It was like, don't talk about Islamic terrorism or terrorism in general.
Yeah.
Don't talk about rape. That was the two things.
All the fun things out of fucking every form of media.
I mean,
they are literally preventing us from being able to express ourselves in a way that I really want to. Right?
Anywho,
even though it's a joke, it's a joke, dude.
It's a joke. It's way worse now. But yeah, the Hulk Hogan sucked. But there was way more disgraced people in there too.
Yeah, Dr. Phil went up there and he was like, "I send kids to a camp."
He
said, "Yeah, no, he just does. He just does."
Dr. Phil was up there too. I forgot.
Dr. Phil was. I mean, no. I mean,
do you remember
what's so funny about Dr. Phil too is that he's literally a DEI hire. Like
that's the thing. He actively said something about like, oh, they don't like care about DEI or some. What did he say?
He said something like, "This country was built on hard work, not DEI." And he's like, "You were literally you're the token white that Oprah picked."
I was like, you wouldn't have a job without the black woman.
He like hasn't practiced medicine in like 40 years or something, and he's like still going by Dr. Phil.
He's still
he's as much of a doctor as Dr. Disrespect is. It's insane.
I think Dr. Disrespect is more of a respectable doctor
than Dr. Phil.
I think Dr. Phil is a fucking menace more than this asshole. Because so Dr. Disrespect is like terrorizing 17-year-olds or some shit. Okay, yeah, that sucks. Dr. Phil is actively poisoning the well of like what it even means to be a doctor, and people are like, "Oh, I'm gonna take this advice from this."
He's like Dr. Oz or something. Where he's like,
look at what happens when I massage this piece of shit. Look at how fucking.
Look at how he's licking his fucking lips.
He's licking his lips crazy.
They like like acid enemas and shit. Like they're like putting like they're putting sulfuric acid up their asses.
Yeah,
that is
like it's gonna cure your autism.
That is such.
People are pouring Robitussin in their eardrum.
It's gonna cure autism, right? It's gonna cure your life.
I think that's the point. They want to call these people from the earth.
It really is the craziest people. It's like, take 3 tablets of dry ice a day, and it's just like, what are you fucking doing to these people?
Shove your hand up your ass for 3 hours a day and punch your pancreas.
I'm gonna need you to take 20 grams of salt and pump it up your pee hole, and then you come back to me and tell me if that's not going to be good discipline for you and your son.
I need you to gargle 40 gallons of ivermectin a day.
You are a bad parent, so I'm gonna need you to take your daughter and give her the Dr. Disrespect.
He'll teach her respect.
You-
The thing that really bothers me about Dr. Phil, it really, honestly, the like, whatever. Like, he was like a TV doctor. It's none of it's real. But like, I remember specifically the Catch Me Outside girl.
Yeah.
It's his
Like the
fault.
fact that he did that, like, made me hate. Like, I didn't like him before, but I hated him then. It was like, you've ruined everything.
It was the one thing that went viral from this show.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything else.
It was that
Well, we
quote
had
was
friends who've been on it, right? Didn't Jeff go on?
Jeff Holiday went on because there was this
Girl who was drinking her own shit.
It wasn't that.
Jilly Juice. That's what it was.
Jilly Juice was no. It was it wasn't that.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
No, I think it was.
It was no. Stop. Maybe at some point there was some shit involved, but Jilly Juice was like just grams of salt and like some vegetable. It was like a broccoli. I can't remember what it was.
Oh, was it like crazy sodium?
It was
or something?
dude. It was killing people because they were getting sodium poisoning, and most of them were just getting violent diarrhea.
Yeah, that's just
which
half
was killing them through dehydration.
Oh, right.
So Jeff came on and was like, "You're killing people." And then Dr. Phil's like, "Well, Jeff, I think she has a point." Nah, he didn't.
I like the Jilly Juice, I think.
He was, and then he pounded fucking several.
This isn't DEI juice, is it?
This isn't. That's another thing. Fucking like the thing that makes me mad about this guy is because they're all just trying to protect their money now. That's the only
for
reason
sure.
that they care about any of this shit. Because back in like 2015 when Trump was running, Dr. Phil was like, "This guy's a fucking megalomaniacal fucking maniac. What a moron piece of shit." Fucking gay nit, and I was like, "Whoa, you can't say that."
Yeah,
He was like,
yeah.
"I have the pass from Ofra," and then like,
Ofra.
Ofra.
been free. Oh, for them free gave
He's
me the bad.
dyslexic. Oprah.
He's verbally dyslexic.
He put the P and the H together.
Oprah.
Ofra.
That's awesome.
But yeah, it's just another weasel.
Well, the thing is, it's like I think what it is like these people eventually get disgraced. They have controversies come out, and they're like, "Oh, they'll accept me."
What was his controversy?
I think just being shit. Like I don't know if it was anything specific. I just
He
think
just sucks.
I think everybody just came around one day and they were like, "Is this guy a fucking doctor? Like, what is he doing?" And then they were like, "No, he isn't. This is dumb." And then he was like, "I'll show you. I'm gonna lash out."
I'm gonna lash out.
I like the
lash
idea
out.
that he's like self-aware because he's like a doctor, so he's
Yeah.
like self-aware of his own psychiatric. It's just like, well, tell you what, I'm gonna fucking retreat to a safe place.
I mean, it's either that it's I would say that's very plausible, or because I think of someone like Joe Rogan who completely sold out too. I don't think he was technically he was only disgraced after he went to Texas and jumped on the bandwagon.
You know what's crazy about Joe Rogan?
Even on a podcast with him and Trump, he was like, "This guy's." You could see Joe was kind of like,
Well, he actually talked about it in an episode later. Like,
What'd he say?
we forgot to mention this, I guess. But Trump was on Joe Rogan,
Right.
And it was, I don't know, whatever.
It was 3 hours of just
Yeah,
like the
it
most softball fucking boring shit.
But there was,
Yeah.
but the thing too is like he was talking about it like on an episode after. I saw a clip of him talking
What'd he
about
say?
it,
I don't
where
know
he
what he
said
said.
something. Oh God, I wish I could remember. Somebody in the chat will know, or the comments will know. But it was like he was talking to Trump, and Trump said something like he mentioned a statistic, or he mentioned like something. I couldn't remember exactly what it is, but Joe Rogan was like, when he started going off on this, I was like, oh, I don't want to correct him. And it's just like, why?
Why?
Like, what do you mean you don't want to correct him?
that was
That's such an. I remember that was such an insane thing to think in that moment. It's like, why wouldn't you want to correct him?
that was the entire podcast.
Yeah.
For 3 fucking hours.
just rambling and just saying shit.
He didn't. There was even a time where he didn't want to offend him, so he pivoted.
But yeah,
And well, he did it a few times actually. And
which is lame.
I
Well,
was.
they probably make him before he even goes.
I think
on
it's
there,
so.
right?
Can I just say it's
He
fucking lame as
probably
fuck to
is-
not be able to correct the president, but then like somebody makes a RFK fucking impression, and then he goes, "Don't do that."
yeah,
Like,
he
shut
got
the
so
fuck up.
mad at that one comedian.
I'm fucking gay. Shut the fuck up.
And he
Get
got
out of
so
here.
mad. Don't do that. He's my friend or whatever. That's my friend. And I'm like, so the fuck. Your friend drugged another one of your friends and pissed in your hallway, and you still hang out with him. Ari Shaffir. Ari Shaffir is a fucking piece of shit of a human being.
Ari is a demon, bro.
He's a piece of shit of a human being.
Dude, when he
I don't know
drugged,
anything.
look,
I think we've talked about this before, but I immediately forgot.
Look, we do fuck with each other as jokes, right? But like they're literally jokes. You make jokes like that.
Well, we've never like
drugging.
You don't
someone
do that to
else
someone
is
you love.
Crazy.
You don't do that to someone you even like. No, you don't even do that to someone that you dislike. Actually, like how many normal people in the world have like, fuck this guy, I'm gonna drug him.
And
but no, this guy's his friend.
And I understand like the ideas. I understand like it depends on how the shit you guys do, but like that's still very dangerous. Like that's like a line. That is drug him with.
He drugged him, so he gave him a MDMA or Molly, and then
that's pretty crazy.
He gave him Molly, and right before because he needed travel. He doesn't like flying. So he's the type of person that like is already anxious about
right?
about flying.
Segura, right?
No. So that was Burt Kreischer.
Okay,
he would never do it to Tom Segura. Like he did it to Burt Kreischer because he does not respect Burt. Because honestly, no one respects Burt. Like, they're all friends with Burt, but none of them respect him. He's the butt of every joke. He's like if you ever listen to Come Town, there was Adam Friedland. Adam Friedland was the butt of like so many jokes because he was so easily to just bully.
Yeah.
But he took it like a champ. Burt is an egomaniac and he can't really handle it very well. So the dynamic's kind of like shitty and they try to handle with kid glugs a lot of the times. But anyway, look, man, Joe Rogan, he said multiple times throughout, because people, do you remember that Patrick Bet David? He has a thing called valuetainment. Yeah, imagine.
I remember you bringing that
this
up
guy
before.
who made his money through insurance like MLM shit and has a thing called valuetainment, and this guy has somehow become respectable in the podcast space.
Putting tainment at the end of something should be an immediate executable offense.
Valuetainment. Think about that shit.
It's infotainment.
Imagine like
how about you get killed by a gun?
Die slowly. I want someone to set you on fire, douse you in water. And then douse you in gas, and then set you on fire again.
Yeah, electrical fires.
It wouldn't even put you out really immediately. You'd still be on fire. Unless you could be submerged.
I want them to figure it out, okay? Figure it out to hurt this guy.
I want to do this as soon as you wake up. The moment your eyes open, they begin to hydraulic press you. While you're sleeping, you're in a completely fine state.
I would take you to a place with a swimming pool, fill the swimming pool with gasoline, put food coloring in the gasoline to make it look blue, set you on fire, and then make you jump into the pool of gasoline, thinking that you're gonna save yourself.
That's diabolical.
That is so evil. It's crazy.
I love that.
That is so. That is so insanely evil.
I have an idea. I want to quarter somebody, but with everything is something different. So I like your hydraulic press. So one corner
hydraulic press.
is a hydraulic press. One corner is wood chipper, and what is the other two?
Just two separate brass bowls.
I think what makes
their legs in the brass bowl.
Yeah, it's like an entire leg dedicated to one brass bowl.
So a brass leg?
No.
Well, it's a brass. It's still a brass bowl. But you just only put their leg in it. And it's like a wood chip.
They won't even make the sound. They won't even make the sound.
It's probably not enough. Well, it'll still heat up. It'll still heat up enough.
Yeah, but they won't be in it to make the bull sound.
Oh yeah,
I thought
that's true.
I thought the heat, the pressure from the heat was the thing.
No, it's the people screaming in it.
I thought it was.
That's what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is. So put their head in the brass bowl.
A brass mask,
brass mask bowl. Yeah, so you put their head in it. So they're under the brass bowl, standing, right? Mm-hmm. And then I guess the wood chipper, hydraulic press,
and then we
one
have
of their legs in a pool of alligators.
We have one leg being drawn and quartered.
What?
And then the other leg, I don't know, fucking eating. It would get like dogs or something.
Yeah, get hungry, really
hungry
just
dogs.
Just injecting like whatever is the most potent form of poison ivy right into one of his balls.
That's crazy.
Just right in there, so it just
and this is the Patrick Bet David's valuetainment because he put tainment at the end of it.
Yeah, this is like for the crime of putting tainment at the end of a fucking dumb word. You get the worst. You get every execution at once.
We sentence you to comedic.
A jury of specifically your enemies has determined this.
Your enemy. Yeah, it's just, I love it. See that? So that guy who does deserve all that, he went on Joe Rogan's podcast, and Joe Rogan was getting visibly agitated because this guy wouldn't shut the fuck up about like, I want you to reconsider having Trump on the podcast, and Joe would not budge on this. For years, he's like, I'm not going to bring him on the podcast. I don't want to rehabilitate his image. I don't support him. That's not my guy. And then
fast forward, he's like, I didn't want to correct him. It's just so lame.
It's fucking. It's.
I mean, he even
mega
said he
lame.
wasn't
I
going to
didn't
vote for him,
think
but
that-
still, it's like.
I just didn't think that. I thought it was already at the lowest that I could be for Joe, like the respect that I have. Though I'm like, oh, it's negative already.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, I just found more. I didn't.
The depths know no bounds.
It really does. Like it's at the point where I think it's clear that he's not just a moron, Joe Rogan. Because clearly, yeah, sure, but like. It's that he's just a massive fucking sellout. And also, somebody actually made a good point and said that he's always been really competitive for no fucking reason. Like when he did that, do you remember the Sober October where his friends would compete each other? They would be sober and then they would do these extreme exercises.
Yeah.
And see who can like lose the most weight or whatever. And he almost like killed himself one time because he was trying to win.
Yeah.
And but anyway, he said he was pissing brown or something. He was so dehydrated at some point. So anyway.
From being sober?
Well, so they were working out on top of being sober. So no weed, no alcohol, and then they were supposed
And
to
no
lose.
water, I guess?
Yeah,
water-
well,
there's
Joe
water.
Rogan just being a retard, being on like the spin thing for like way too long and not drinking water, like almost killed him or something because he's stupid.
You think I did any brain damage to him?
Yes. I mean, to see the trajectory of where he's gone, that and then COVID like ate his brain,
Yeah.
and he probably has some RFK worms too. I imagine.
It really is
I'm sure they're
interesting.
hanging out together.
I think if RFK
But,
is in the same room as you, he shakes so much.
See
he
that
eventually
picture?
gives you some sort of pub.
There's, I don't know, man. Yeah. But anyway, so,
so-
this MSG, Madison Square Garden rally.
Yeah. Who else was
There's
there?
a lot of people, like a lot of people I didn't recognize. I know Tucker Carlson was there. I know, like
Tucker
the people
was-
you would expect to be there.
Tucker
I
was
guess.
saying his Nazi talking points about calling her low IQ because low IQ is a dog whistle. Though when you call people like publicly like this,
It is
in this context.
in the context of everything. Yes.
Yeah, it's not. It's like say the whole. It's like the okay
yeah.
thing. You know, in context, we know why somebody's doing it. You
Yeah,
know,
I
like they
guess.
adopted it, and it's and you know
It is unfortunate because it is such a good way to describe them.
right? So it's one of those things where I'm like,
like-
oh, great.
You look at somebody and you just like, dude, I don't know. You go to somebody's Twitter account and you like, the second they disagree with you about something, even just menial, and then you go and you're like, it's gonna be Lips of TikTok, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's gonna be fucking, Jack
Pacific,
It's gonna be this,
Matt
and
Walsh.
it's so predictable that it's like, oh, this is low IQ.
No,
This is low IQ. This is 5 IQ shit.
I say chimp, but if that has a connotation, I don't think he would have been a smart thing to say it up there. I would have called.
That
her
would have been
a chimp.
really bad if he
so
said that shit.
I would've
unfortunately,
called her a
so look,
chimp.
there's a highlight reel going around of like all the stuff that was said there, and it is really crazy. I think actually the focus on Kill Tony or Tony Hinchcliffe is like doing a disservice to how crazy
It got
the
up
rest
there.
of that
It got
actually
insane.
is. Because like, look, I'm Puerto Rican. I heard that joke. Like, yeah, it's not a good joke. It's kind of lame. It's a little bit lazy. The delivery sucked.
I think
and
that's
also,
my problem.
And also, like, I think on a personal, like, it's not so insulting that a roast comedian did a joke, but it is like kind of pussy for a roast comedian to go on stage at a Republican convention and not roast Republicans. You know what I mean? Like, as a roast comedian, it's just kind of weird. Like, that's weird to me because, like, that's the whole conceit of a roast comedian doing a set is that, like, oh,
But he
you're going to
wasn't-
roast.
He wasn't doing that there. Like
No, but he was though.
I get.
He did a
I-
set.
I
Which is
get-
why I can't take it seriously. I'm not offended, but it's just like, that's so lame that you didn't.
Well, but you
didn't
understand-
take shots at RF. Are you kidding me? You have RFK
But you
there.
understand
And you
why
don't,
it's lame. Why
right?
they-
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like-
that's what makes me not respect him. It's not the joke.
For me, the joke was just a really bad joke.
It's not very good. Yeah.
It was like it wasn't like, oh, this is like an offensive. It was a bad joke. It was not set up well.
I saw some people
It was
being
not
like,
executed. I was like, no, this is if it was because if it's funny, it's funny. I think that's the thing, right? Like the idea is you're supposed to make a joke. They was like, all right, it's unfucked up, but like I had the crowd laughing, Like Dave Chappelle making his jokes about
The
the
fact
kid
that
fucking Michael
Michael
Jackson
Jackson?
and being excited afterwards. That's a fucked up situation, but that joke is fucking hilarious.
yeah.
This motherfucker went up there. Oh, there's an island of trash floating around.
Well, first of all, look, Tony
called
Hinchcliffe is
Puerto
not for
Rico.
everybody. He's not for everybody.
I like Tony Hinchcliffe.
Me personally, I don't like him. I just don't like his smugness. Just bothers me. But that's a me problem. That's a me issue.
I think the
Hold on.
reason
I see it. I see it.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
like,
go ahead.
And somebody discussed this one time about like the formula of comedy. They were saying it was like, oh, it's comedy plus time, like a joke. It's comedy plus time. But one thing I feel like a lot of people always miss is like the setting. So it's like comedy, time, and setting. And what I mean by setting is there are certain things that you don't say in certain settings.
Oh, yeah.
And I think this was one of those things where it's clear that as a roast comedian, he was putting on kid gloves towards the Republicans, didn't want to offend them, and wanted to just kind of appease them by saying racist shit. And it's like in that setting, contextually, we understand what he's doing. And that's what made it offensive. Not that he said that shit. If he's at a fucking comedy club, he would have been like, yawn. Yawn. But he's at this fucking Nazi rally, essentially. And he's like, here, guys, I'm going to feed you like racist stuff because you love this stuff. And then he wasn't just shitting on them. Like,
and he still bombed.
Right. He's still
crazy.
bombed.
He bombed to them.
He bombed because a lot of them were like, understood what this was gonna like, the implication. They're like, not the time right now, dude. We're so close to the election that it's kind of like everybody else was like, everybody else was doing like Hitler-esque shit. They were popping off and getting these fucking crowd pops. And then he's like, oh, I'm just gonna be like this casual, funny, racist guy. And I'm like, dude, just be like Rudy Giuliani and say they're all evil, they're all mutants or something, and then they'll get pops. Like just do that.
Yeah.
But don't be like, oh, I'm gonna disparage, and then all of a sudden it was ammo, right? It was ammo for fucking, oh, there's 200,000 fucking Puerto Ricans in like Pennsylvania or some shit. And then all of a sudden, Geraldo Rivera
there's
came
a million in New York.
Bad Bunny.
Mark Anthony. Bad Bunny.
Can I say something? I've never heard Mark Anthony say anything. I've never heard him speak. This man sings and that's it. So for him to sit in front of a camera and speak was crazy to me. I'm like,
never heard him speak.
I think
that's crazy.
I'm actually, I can't say that I have either. Yeah.
I've heard him speak, but like, granted, it's been on like La Vivicion as well. Like he speaks English and Spanish there. And like, I don't know, man. For me,
don't vote for Trump. Don't vote for Trump. Is it like that?
Tell me,
baby girls, please don't vote for Trump.
Particularly for people like, oh, Bad Bunny's all of a sudden politically involved. Bad Bunny's been very vocally political for years. Like he's very much so like against the conservative like Puerto Rican movement. Yeah. He's like, oh, I hate this shit. It's insane. And unfortunately it's a woman that's doing it. Unfortunately, it's a woman that's doing the fucking conservative movement in Puerto Rico. Makes me very sad. It's like, oh man,
dude, it is. But I don't know. This whole thing just really like I watched all this thing. I was like, this is amazing. This is perfect. You couldn't ask for a worse thing.
So stupid.
It was such a bad move.
He did it in New York. You know how many Puerto Ricans? You know how many Puerto Rican? That is our spawn ground. There's more of them there than Puerto Rico by an insane amount now.
Tony made a huge error, and it was one of those things where technically in any other setting, no one would have cared at all. That's why this is funny to me.
Well, dude, part of it for me was before, like, I think before he came out with that tweet that was like, everybody's so sensitive.
Oh, right.
Which, by the way, is sensitive in and of itself.
We know what he's doing.
Before that happened, I was like, is this like
double agent?
Yeah, it almost felt like calculated. Like I'm gonna ruin this fucking whole thing.
Yeah,
like because it was so bad. Like you're gonna make a joke about Puerto Rico, like disparaging Puerto Ricans in New York City. That's crazy. And especially if it's like I saw people being like, he's actually talking about the trash problem in Puerto Rico. Did you see that excuse? Because there's like a trash issue in Puerto Rico. I was like, he didn't know that. I didn't know that. People don't know these things. It's why do we have to make things smarter than they need to be?
First of all,
those are
not a joke.
Those are apologizers. That's why.
I know, but of course. But dude, it's fine.
Like, you made like they doing all these things. They don't pull out. Like they come in here to our country. And I'm like, Tony.
Well,
that was a boring joke too.
That technically wasn't even a joke. Technically was just stating two things.
That's what
like,
bothers
me. They're
me.
coming in here and they don't pull out. And I'm like, well, that's
all right.
That's not a joke. That's not a punchline. You're just saying.
That's what bothers me. It's not even fun. Like it's
the formula isn't even of a joke.
You gotta at least be funny.
Yeah.
Like Look, I am the first person on this planet that will laugh at racist comedy. If it's hilarious, even if it's mildly funny, I'll get a laugh out of it.
In the setting,
because I'm a chimp,
but also,
and I laugh at shit like that.
But look. I think it would have been. Isn't the setting like this? The setting's fucking important.
Oh, the setting matters a lot, dude.
There can be like, let's just say this. Let's say there is a group and a group of rape survivors, and fucking Tony Hinchcliffe comes up, like. at a certain point, you like, even if the jokes were funny, you're like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? It's just one of those things where it's like,
I agree.
the setting matters.
Truthfully,
The setting does matter,
It could still be funny outside of them. You know, like it's still fucked up what they experienced.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But like, let's just say,
It
like,
could theoretically be made funnier that it's even happening
Exactly
there.
there.
But I,
it's fucked up to say that.
Well,
but
hold
like,
on. The issue really
Yeah, go
is that it's not the joke, it's the lack of variety of them. It's the fact that like there was no attempt from a roast comedian to roast the people at the event. And that's what a roast comedian is.
You know,
like it's fun. Go do the Puerto Rican. I don't give a shit. But like to then couple that with like, and that's my time, and then just like love you RFK or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
You know, like
if it would have been funny,
Chris, did you
not-
see
yeah.
who did a better job at roasting?
no.
Lopez, right?
Fucking Triumph, the insult comic.
He was at the. What do you mean?
So when they were lining up for MSG, Triumph showed up.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, how fucking embarrassing is it that this old ass bit that like
Yeah.
decades old bit Triumph I haven't seen in fucking forever.
I haven't thought about
I don't know
Triumph
what that
yet.
is.
You know what?
Like the
you know
puppet
Triumph,
with the cigar.
Triumph the insult comic dog. You never
The
saw that?
dog, right?
Yeah. So like he showed up, he did his thing.
Oh, he was there. He was at the rally.
Yeah, so he shows up in a lot of things. Anytime he would always, and if there was any type of lining up, like, oh, Star Wars is gonna come out this day, then he would come and fucking roast all the Star Wars people.
You are
lined
so
up.
fat. and then he would leave.
I remember him showing up with like Spock at like they were lining up for one of the Star Wars things. Spock was just walking around flipping everybody off, and I thought it was pretty funny. But yeah, to Chris's point, he roasted the fucking Republicans there. Because that's what you do.
Yeah.
And, you know, a lot of those idiots can laugh at themselves. I know the politicians always try to act like they're offended by everything. Like I saw Matt Walsh saying, oh, man, say what you want about Trump, but he wouldn't fucking shit on half of the country. And I'm like,
That's insane.
it's the most laziest revisionist history where Trump has just gone on this campaign of calling Democrats the enemy within. Like he's just doing this. The enemy within, they're worse than China or Russia.
Yeah,
The
it's,
enemy
it's
within.
hypocritical.
And I'm like,
I saw Jake Tapper.
it's just lazy.
I saw
like-
Jake Tapper on CNN do a whole thing where it's like
Whatever.
where he was Trump's offended that Kamala called him a fascist or whatever. Let's roll the clip of this happening, and it's just like all clips of Trump calling Kamala and Democrats fascist, and he goes like, no, we need the clip of Kamala doing it.
Yeah.
and then it's like a bit. I was like, what the fuck? This is like the Daily Show.
Hey, somebody actually like had some good.
And like I have
substance.
no love for CNN really or like any of those outlets because I
Yeah.
think they're really shitty actually.
fucking suck.
But like sometimes I see it and I'm just like, well, that's just undeniably like. I mean, come on,
No,
like that's
sometimes,
crazy.
Sometimes like they
Video evidence is video evidence. You know what I mean? At a
the-
certain point.
That's what's making me so crazy. The God damn it.
I fucking.
You keep touching toes.
Yeah, man, I almost came a little bit. Calm down. But that's the that's the thing that's actually upsetting me the most is the video evidence that it's like I'm like what how I almost wish I had it's like a superpower where you can just see this thing and it means nothing to you.
yeah.
Like I don't have that ability and I imagine life would be so much smoother.
Oh, yeah.
My
You're
eye
just
wouldn't be
stupid?
twitching all the time. Yes.
You're just fucking
yes.
dumb?
Yeah. Sometimes you're like, man, just imagine someone took a pipe to the back of your head. You woke up and just everything, you're just like,
just blissful.
yeah, you just.
Is finally happy.
I get to play fucking Dragon Age: The Veilguard and have a fucking
Oh
grand
my
old time.
God.
I get to
So-
play that and I love it. I'm having the best time ever.
Are you playing it right now?
No, I'm not. No, I'm. So it's not out yet. So I haven't been able to play it. Interesting enough, I think if I would have applied for a fucking because I saw some people getting some codes that clearly didn't deserve to have some codes, and then vice versa, some other people that clearly deserved the codes didn't get them.
Yeah.
It did,
You hear about that
EA
whole
was
thing?
being a little.
You hear about that thing?
EA was being a little weird.
What do you mean? What happened?
A bunch of people that are content creators that were honest about the Dragon Age Veilguards, like reviews, like, oh, it's a fine game, but it needs a lot of work. A lot of designs are not that good. People that did stuff like that were no longer eligible for their codes. They didn't receive them.
And
it's
it was-
Wait, how's that possible? Wait, how would wait?
So
hold on.
They
hold on.
would-
Let's
they
back
would
up.
agree on the
So hold on, back up. So they went. So EA invited a handful of people out
Like 2
to
months
play
ago?
about 7 hours of the game.
Right.
And they stitched together like the best parts of the game.
Right.
And people played about 7 hours. And most people were like, "This was really good. I really liked where this was, but there were some problems." And for the people that just pointed out respectively, politely that there's some problems, EA ghosted them, didn't give them codes. And so they selectively were like, So a few of the creators came out and they're like, hey, just wanted to let you guys know that we won't be reviewing it on review day or have a review out because they didn't drop the code for us. We just want to let you guys know. And I thought it was, first of all, I was like, I'm not surprised because EA has done some weird shit before and a lot of companies do some stuff. And we also saw what happened with Cyberpunk. There was a lot of weird shit.
They literally curated people that are probably going to give
there are some people
positive
look, here's
reviews.
Well, they curated the literal game
took,
that they showed them. Like, it wasn't even accurate to the fucking game.
It wasn't accurate at all.
Which is wild.
Which is like, they're
a
doing
crazy
things.
thing.
They're doing things, and I'm like, man. And when I saw some of the people that got the review codes, I was like, fuck. As I didn't want to believe it was as egregious as they were saying, but there were some people that had no business having the code. And then, like, there was somebody, for example, who was like, Dragon Age Inquisition is my absolute favorite game. It changed my life, verbatim. And so, of course, they gave her the code, and she absolutely loved the game and said that BioWare is back. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting that your perspective makes a... I wonder why you got a code, you know? And then, but
she said it's her favorite.
That's the thing where I'm like, look, I went in objectively. I wanted to watch as many reviews as possible. What's the floodgate was Skill Up. I didn't want to watch any. I wanted to stay like last time we talked about. I was like, just go in blind from this point. Skill Up. The review slapped me in the face.
He tore that.
I do not recommend. I was like, my heart sank. And I was like, oh shit. So then I watched it and I was
Skill Up tore that game apart.
He tore it up in a way that like I can't deny. I don't have disagreements with what he said. I was like, fuck.
Skill Up's great. Yeah. He's a good dude. Like his reviews are I feel like are like the most cogent that I see on the platform. Like they're just like really like solid.
Him and
he's my
freaking
favorite. He's my favorite.
Game Ranks. I watch Game Ranks a lot.
Baldino?
The do not buys. I like. I'm sorry.
Before you buy.
Yeah.
Do not buy.
Yeah, Jake Baldino and those guys
they're
are
always
cool.
they're always
chill.
like very like a bunch of our friends know them, which is fucking wild. But
yeah, they seem like really just like average like fellers.
But
they
make
I like that
points.
take.
Yeah,
but Skill Up like really dissects and he's really good.
He's
and
very
so like
good.
I saw that thumbnail. I was like, and then I had a friend Maddie
who
he loves BioWare stuff. And so I was like, I saw him.
I watched Maddie's.
He's on the Xbox podcast that Sacred's a sister show too.
Oh, okay.
And yeah. So he hated it, and it was so sad because I was like, I know he was looking forward to it. I know he went to the preview that everybody I went to and was kind of came back glowing. And then like the first thing that he said was like, yeah, so they just lied, I guess. Like they just showed us a highlight reel of the entire game and said it was Act 1, and that's just not how the game is, which is crazy.
I
mean, he got into a whole thing too because apparently, like, his editor took a clip and leaked it.
Oh shit!
Yeah, so he's probably like, I don't know, like,
yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, so like his editor broke his NDA, which is so fucked up. Like, first of all, like I saw a lot of people going at Maddie. Maddie's like one of the more professional people I've ever seen. Like. In this space, especially for his size, no way he did that on purpose. Like he didn't share that clip around to leak it and break NDA on purpose. He's a smart guy. Like he's not trying to jeopardize his shit. He takes it very seriously.
Yeah. Also,
I just wanted to come to my friend's defense there.
100%.
That was crazy.
Think
like,
about it. Even if you're not his friend, if you just watch him, when has he fucking done something like that before?
No, it's insane.
That's like
he's not like a culture warrior freak. He's like, I'm gonna stick it to the fucking like. He's a professional.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely. He had a really good take. Maddie, I'm pretty sure it was Maddie. Yeah, it was. He had a really good take about the Kunari. First of all, I want to say because I was coping a lot. I gotta acknowledge this. I kept saying I've only seen them create a character Kunari. I didn't see the main character on your team. I think I was avoiding it. I think I was complete. I didn't
censored it. Dude, in your head.
I have accepted that the Kunari all look fucking stupid as shit. I completely accepted it.
Did you see the Dragon Age show on Netflix?
There's a Dragon Age show on Netflix?
There's an animated show on Netflix.
Oh, I think I did know about this.
I thought there was one on like Hulu.
Mercer was voice acting in it.
I must not have seen it.
So the Kunari in that show, the one that they have, they make it like fuckable. Like, oh, I'd have sex with that thing. That's relatively human looking. And I think that's where they got the idea to design for the new ones.
I guarantee that I haven't seen it, but I bet it looks better than what they came up with. That's what's so. Because look at, I want to be fair to.
They look like Judd characters.
Yeah,
they look like Judd. They look like fucking.
Look, I want to be fair. the original, because a lot of people that DA Origins, we all know what the Kunari looked like because one of them was a companion or an option.
Yeah.
Right? And that dude just looked kind of like a nigga. Like he just had cornrows and he was a little dark. There was nothing, there was no tiefling, there was nothing. So then they did a rework. So my point is, being fair, is that I wouldn't have been upset if they reworked them and they looked good. Because they did it before and then they knocked it out of the park, in my opinion. I thought in number 2, I was like, these look fucking phenomenal.
I think the Kunari being such an other appearance creature is amazing for that world.
They knocked it out of the park.
Because of the fact that they're from a part of the world that is not travel. Like in Dragon Age, you're only in one place. You're in one continent. There's a whole rest of the planet that people just don't fucking know about. And the Kunari are from over there. And it's like, all right, cool. It makes sense that they are completely different looking creatures. You know, like we always get elves. We always get dwarves, you know, but having another.
We're just in Europe, essentially.
Yeah, they're just in Europe.
Yeah.
So getting another species is a cool idea. The fucking fault of it is that, like, everything that was air quotes monstrous about them was removed.
Yeah,
everything.
But
their horns look stupid.
But that's why I was trying to
They
say,
look like
like,
Pixar characters.
they didn't. They looked like if you know,
They look like monsters. They look like
but
seedlings.
before they didn't. If they would have even just
If I'm
softened them
not
a little
mistaken,
bit.
in Origins, they still like
No.
They're not. How to explain it? I'm not saying they look
So
like the way
they
do
try to
in 2.
retcon and say that this dude was not like full, because once they upgraded the design, then they try to like retcon and said, I can't remember his name.
He's the black dude with the dreads.
Yeah, I just can't remember his name right now. It doesn't matter. But they basically, that was what they looked like before. Changed them, made it look amazing. They try to retcon and say the reason they looked like that was because maybe some type of hybrid or something like that. I don't care. Even like I said, they upgraded them a little bit in Inquisition, gave them more distinct features. They didn't look exactly like demons. At least the because like the ones in 2 fucking look like fucking straight up
Just
tieflings.
cool.
No, it looked amazing.
Cool.
But anyway, like the air shock was fucking amazing.
Yes.
So like anyway, you already brought it up. You said Colin said about, what is it called? Toxic positivity, or is it the other way around or something
Toxic,
like
that was the thing with Concord, yeah.
that? So it must be that.
Like no one in the room was able to criticize the art, I guess.
Yeah.
Because nobody wanted to hurt anybody's feelings or something. But like I don't even think the issue is that they look less monstrous. I think they just look dumb.
That's
you know
my
what I mean?
point.
Like their foreheads are so big and they look so dumb. They look like Megamind.
That's exactly my point.
All of them.
They
look
changed them a couple times, and if they changed it well, I wouldn't fucking be bitching. It was Megamind. You just said it.
They look like Megamind. Like there's so many of them that look like just big foreheaded freaks,
what's sad
and
is-
I think I remember in the Kunari in Dragon Age 2. Like I never played that game, but I remember seeing like images of them, and it was like their foreheads weren't that fucking billboards.
They had bigger foreheads.
Well,
but they were just
their proportions
bigger
were
creatures.
big.
Yeah,
Their proportions were they made sense.
The reveal of them, one of the coolest things ever. Like
they're-
a lot of people don't appreciate Dragon Age 2 because of, it was a rushed product. Yeah, we understand that. But like when you have that understanding, they're like, this is actually because it's all about the characters, really.
Yeah.
That people
It's
are
like Mass Effect.
People
It's
are
literally
upset
like
that
Mass
like,
Effect, yeah.
it's just in Kirkwall, because Kirkwall is just like the city state, and like, so people are upset about that. I understand that, but they had fucking 14 to 16 months or something like that. What are they gonna do? But the characters were good. The characters were really good. The fucking the fucking side thing of the Kunari and the Qun was fucking amazing.
I think the Kunari are such a fucking cool people,
Like,
man.
they did a great job, and then one of their biggest fucking problems that everybody had with Origins is they fell in love with all these characters. Like we said, Alistair was Garrus, and he makes one cameo in 2, and then he's fucking
Gone, yeah.
And then like 3 in Inquisition, all these characters. Fucking Anders was such a huge part of the ending of what happened in number 2. Which kicks off Inquisition? Where the fuck is Anders? What the fuck happened to this guy?
He's just not in it.
He's just not in it. He's not even mentioned. He's not even mentioned.
At all. The only person that you get a mention from is your Grey Warden. He sends you a letter.
And you can easily miss that.
It's just a letter in your house. You're like, oh, it's on this table.
Yeah, so
my godlike character that I built in these 2 games just sent me a letter. I need help.
Yeah.
I can use help right now.
The
They're
hero
like,
of Ferelden is nowhere to be found when the end of the world is coming. The Blight is back with red lyrium fucking laced everywhere in Inquisition. a big thing, and your fucking hero is just too busy and doing something that is less important.
Jacking his dick off,
and I'm just
trying
like,
to get an Arca come over his back instead of helping save
That
the
is
world.
crazy.
That's why, like, look, in Mass Effect 2 made sense that, like, there was some huge characters like Liara and Ashley or Caden, whoever it was, that didn't join you because the story is actually not that important. The collectors is not the end of the fucking world. Like, if you the stakes, it's not the Reapers descending on, it's not yet. So meaning that, imagine
It's trying to get ahead of the stakes, I guess.
But imagine
before the stakes are even really
right. But
yeah.
what I'm saying is, imagine if, like, so the finale comes right in 3, and now the Reapers have descended, and then all those people are just still fucking off doing shit. I'm gonna go on and do some political work over here. Oh, I'm just gonna be here and be the shadow broker still. You'd be like, what are you
just
doing?
Like, I'm
We're all
pissed.
gonna fucking
I'm
die.
taking a piss, man. I can't make it to the adventure, dude.
I am
can't.
taking a month's piss.
What is he? He's a Turian, right?
Yeah.
He's like, Turians take really long
We
pisses.
pissed for fucking years, dude.
It's crazy.
But yeah, dude, like that game. I watched.
Stop.
So, dude, I watched Skill Up's review. I watched Maddie's. I watched IGN's too. I tried to watch like some of the positive ones too, just
I watched
to see
a
like what's
handful
going
of
on.
positives, yeah.
IGN's was kind of positive, I think.
Who's that guy? I can't remember his name. His name starts with an M. Fuck. There's people that like his reviews.
Mitt Romney.
Yeah, Mitt Romney. There's this guy that, man, I wish I remembered his name because a lot of people that are listening to this right now, they'll know who he is. But he does a lot of reviews. I watched his review. He played with the controller, but he usually does mouse and key. So he was like talking about it, and it was fascinating. It's his game of the year.
Oh,
This guy that people were really shocked and being very respectful in the comment section, just saying, like, to each their own, because a lot of those people saw Skill Up's review and they agree with that one more. It's not even like a bias thing. It's more of like, if you watch the positive ones first, I don't think you can, I don't think you'll be deceived. I think you'll be like kind of inquisitive, because that's just how I was when I was like, oh, this is very interesting from their perspective, because the things that they're saying that they like were, I just don't like. Like they're I was just like, oh, this is really interesting and it really just kind of made me feel like an individual. I was like, oh yeah, like there's people that do, let's say Mundane Matt Jarbo actually, he responded to one of my things where I said that I'm still having a hard time getting over how the characters look. I thought I was going to be able to put it aside at this point. I thought I was going to be like, yeah, whatever, it is what it is. But I find myself, and I'm not kidding, every time they pop on screen, I'm focusing on how stupid they look, and I'm missing what is being said to me.
that's a big problem.
And I was like, oh, I'm not getting over it, unfortunately. This is bad. I thought I was going to. So,
dude, art design is so important.
It is.
It's so crazy.
It's more than it is.
I've been ringing that bell for years.
I've known this, but this is just really reinforcing it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, wow. But I also know this because there's games that look goofy like that I'm not interested in playing.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of how it is. And I'm sad that it's Dragon Age. So Matt Jarbo was like, he's like, oh, it looks fine to me. Like he said, it looks fine to me. And I didn't shit on him or anything, but I just try to use an analogy of, like, say, I think you guys can appreciate him. Like, imagine like a New York style like pizzeria. We're just like, oh, we're just only gonna serve deep dish now.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, what? And then like somebody comes along and they're like, I don't see the problem. I like deep dish. And you're like, well, but that's not the fucking point, dude.
Yeah.
Like, what?
I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah. So like, it was one of those things where I'm like, I understand how some people are like, they think that Pixar shit looks totally fine to them, and then the combat is totally fine. Like, to me,
the thing that Skill Up said that like really got me was
What'd
like
he
when he put what is it,
Prince Charming.
Literally from Shrek in.
That shit, I was
laughed. Like, oh,
that made me
fuck.
laugh.
Because I knew all this intrinsically, but like seeing it like that superimposed, I'm like, oh fuck, it
just
does
so
look Shrek.
sad.
It looks DreamWorks.
Somebody said that his character that he made looked like the human version of Shrek. And I was like, oh shit, because I don't really remember what he looks like, but I was like,
he does. In fact,
that's
yeah. And Maddie highlighted a lot of the writing.
I just
oh
think
shit, that's what I was gonna say. What Maddie said about the that Kenari character, where he didn't want to spoil what it was, but I saw other people spoil it. So spoiler, it's not really a spoiler, but you probably, if you're interested in this game, you probably know by now that the Kunari in your team it becomes non-binary and then goes by they them pronouns. And Maddie was just like, the way that they executed it was shitty, and then he used an example from Outer Worlds of
Oh,
like
yeah.
the asexual character,
Bavardi,
and how
yeah.
well that was made, and I was like, yeah, because when I saw, because he didn't spoil it, but I saw other reviews spoil that part, and the way that they kind of shoved it in, I was
it's
like,
terrible. I saw the dialogue for it. I saw like screenshots of the dialogue, and I'm like, what
I was like,
the fuck
no,
is this?
you guys, it's
This sounds
you're-
like it's in like San Francisco right now. This
What?
doesn't sound like Dragon Age
Thank
at all.
you. I was like, why did you do this? What did they think was gonna happen? Oh yeah, like because it's like, of course, the culture war people that fed them bait, and then
Yeah,
regular people are rolling their eyes because they understand the implication. Well,
Yeah.
we're like, oh great, cool. Like now these people are gonna be squawking like parrots, like gonna go
Yeah.
crazy. Thanks for
exactly.
putting that in my
It's
fucking
the
It's one of-
Bible.
wokeness, dude.
Well, it
The
is literally
wokeness.
one of those examples where I'm just like, this is actually unironically, like that aspect of it is actually woke trash.
Yes.
Like actually, like
Yes.
like holistically.
Yes.
because it is just careless with like how how an idea is being conveyed. No care to like how it should be expressed in the world that it's being taken into.
Yeah.
And I think one of the issues too, it's like, what do you call the toxic positivity stuff that we were talking about? Because I think Maddie specifically said this. I don't know if maybe Skill Up said it too. I'm not so sure, but he was talking about like how he picked a dialogue option where he wanted to be mean to someone, and it just wasn't. It was just like every
Both
interaction.
of them did it.
Yeah,
it
both
was
of them?
literally both of them.
I didn't watch all of Skill Ups because his was longer. I watched all of Maddie's because I was so curious.
It was, and
But-
they picked this. I thought it was funny that they picked the same scene
Oh,
because
yeah?
it was
It's
so
the same one?
egregious. It was so egregious that like you wanted to be like, "Who's this fool?" or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you pick that, and he just goes, "Who's this?" And you're like,
Yeah, who's this? Like inquisitively, like it's and so that leads to like a disconnect, and obviously,
what makes this all so much worse, right? It's all so much worse, right?
Yeah.
What makes it even worse than all of the shit that we're talking about, right? Is a year ago, a game that me and Derek have raved and ranted about so many times came out with literally entirely the same spirit of the games they made before. Baldur's Gate 3 is the perfect evolution narratively of what Dragon Age 1 was.
yeah,
It is that. Like
Yeah.
it would not it's like, oh, let's just take this idea and push it to the extreme.
Yeah.
And they do that. And then the people that own the game came back and just shat the bed. That's what makes it so painful to me. Is I wanted this game to be good so bad. I went home and I watched a 5-hour video about all of the lore again, so I can remember all of it. That game's lore is insane. The Dreadwolf as a character is insane. That motherfucker is wild. But all of that falls to the wayside because everyone looks so stupid. Everything is set. The point of Dragon Age and 2, right? There's rare moments in like that of 2 and 1, right?
Yeah.
Where they're talking about the brevity of the problems, and when they're speaking, you can, even though it looks silly, they're furrowed brows, and like it doesn't exactly, obviously, it doesn't match up to exactly the words they're saying as they move their lips, but you can feel intensity in what they're saying. Like, yo, the world is about to end. Ferelden's in trouble. But in this game, it's like things are going wrong. We got to figure it out.
it's
We got it, and it's like, what?
Some of the scenes are so mismatched.
There's
like
no
I saw a couple of
emotion.
ones that it was fine. Like I saw your Rook at one point. It was in the background, so I didn't know the context, but I saw like him making a very angry face, and I'm like, okay, that looked fine. But I saw some of the scenes that they pointed out. They're like, what the fuck's happening? And one thing that stood out to me in Inquisition a lot was, and I mean, this is a good scene. It's Cassandra and Varric.
Yes.
They get into a spat. She I think she flips over the table or something. They're about to throw down because Cassandra's been pissed off at Varric the entire time.
Rick sucks.
Yeah, well, technically he's kind of selfish, but then also not like. Anyway, I don't want to get into
He's
it.
a layered character. Yeah.
I don't want to get into it. Their dynamic is fucking phenomenal, and that scene, the anger on her face is so wet. Like it's perfect. Her voice, it's so well synced that I'm like, there are moments in that game that I'm like, damn. Like they just needed like another year to really just have this thing come together and be a much better game. Maybe take out some of the live service shit more that they didn't have. They were scrambling, but I'm hoping. I can't. It's one of those things where I'm still trying to have a little caveat of hope where I'm like, I hope that there's some stuff like that. But when I do look at these Gumby fucking Pixar, like I'm trying to get over it. I don't know if I can. I really don't know.
that's fair.
I want this game to be good so bad it's crazy. I want an RPG I can play that I can really sink my teeth into and really enjoy. And I know there's not going to be.
What do you think? So I was actually I was wrestling because I didn't pre-order it. I actually started to have second thoughts about even buying it. But I was thinking, okay, aesthetically, maybe I can just wait for some mods. Aesthetically, maybe I can wait. I know this.
That's a lot of mods.
It's a lot of mods.
I was going to get it on console.
It's probably 10 gigs worth of texture.
Yeah.
But the thing for me is that's not why I play Dragon Age, though.
I know.
That's the thing for me.
You're right. I don't either. Because, like, say, if you go back, I go back to Origins and it looks like shit technically, but it's still like the world doesn't look like shit. I'm just saying, like, it's an older game that I can still get into it, just like I played KOTOR and it was fine. But it's just one of those things where
KOTOR is a magic trip. It's like
it looks.
I like the Jedi speed when I think about it.
The Jedi speed.
Yeah, I like that. I like that lightsaber doesn't scale with dex. It's fine. I'll just be a strength-based character. Even though I was a rogue, I had these lightsabers, so I'm gonna be strength-based. I just all these problems are here. I can just kind of get around them. It's like that.
I mean, why not?
But I don't know, man. I just think that.
So what is your what is your biggest gripe with what you've seen in the Veilguard?
The dialogue. The dialogue is my problem.
That one character, the Asian elf.
Yeah.
Sorry, my eye twitched naturally because unfortunately, everything that I've seen with her has irritated me. It's been unfortunately just the way that every time. I'm sure she's gonna have some serious dialogue at points and but she's clear even with the reveal trailer. The way that she bursted out of that the mirror thing with all and then it was like the I think it was like the fucking impact. No, it was like almost like Comic Sans essentially. It was just like when it showed her name and I was like, oh, she's the stupid comic relief. I was like, but you don't need that. Like they already have Manfred. The bones where I'm like, that's the comic relief if you're gonna put it. First of all, Dragon Age has never had that before.
Comic relief?
Like the most of the comic relief was Alistair.
Yeah.
Because he was just a little snarky. But they didn't have a character that was dedicated to being like this, oh, I'm goofy. Like the way that they even made Manfred look with his jewel eyes and stuff, where he looks, I'm like, this is for children. I understand where they're going with this in their direction. And I also understand why they scaled back Solus, why they don't call it Dreadwolf anymore, because they were scared to do a direct sequel. Even though it would, think about it in a business perspective. You make a direct sequel that knocks it out of the park, like Baldur's Gate 3, and then it gets people interested in the other ones.
Right.
So what happened with this? They were scared. Well, first of all, they had to fight to not make it live service, right?
They did.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It used to be a lot. That's probably a lot of this.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You would imagine that's probably has to do with a lot of. That's probably the main decision. That's probably the decision way back in the game's development that probably made it look that way in the first place.
Right.
And so that's already kind of like a disconnect.
Right.
The scale is obviously probably not going to be as big because there's some more to worry about.
Yeah.
Yeah. They I don't know, man.
Yeah. The only redeeming thing I
shame.
can say is that some of the environments look incredible.
Yeah.
Some of the environments I was like, wow.
The art direction does a good job for that.
Yeah.
When you're in the first city, the way everything's flowing, I forgot what it's called.
Like that Teventer fucking cyberpunk thing?
Yeah.
I don't know what it's
area
called.
looks insane.
It looks cool.
That's a cool set. Like I'd love to play D&D in that area.
I like how futuristic fucking Teventer is base versus everything else. Like Orlais sucks. Orlais's rich, but there's nothing there but black people essentially. Because that's when they entered Inquisition.
Yeah, I know. Inquisition,
and then this nigga just showed up out of nowhere.
This nigga's here, and it's like, what the hell? There was one adjacent tiefling nigga, and then they were like, let's just make black people like in this, which is also fine. Like I don't know.
I don't care. I literally
think those
don't care.
arguments are everything is so. I don't know, man. Everything is so just. There's a hard line between like the woke argument, right? Because I think a lot of times we've seen. In truth, there have been a lot of interjected wokeness that is not handled correctly. And it leads to I understand some of those fucking idiot, not understand, but I can see why their brains can go to oh, you're adding wokeness to the game and it's fucking it up. And it's I understand where you're coming from about that. I understand that sometimes just, Witch doesn't have to have black people in it, it doesn't have to. If there are, whatever, that's fine. But they're not mandatory to be inside of that series,
Yeah, the thing about especially because unfortunately they are catering to such a small margin of people who demand stuff like that. Where most people that are into these games, like most people that are into Dragon Age, and when they say Origins is their favorite, barring like that one reviewer that said that Inquisition changed their life or something, but like everybody always compares it to Origins, right?
One of our friends likes Inquisition better, and I'm like, I think she's I thought less of her when she said that immediately. It's like, oh, you're less than a person.
It really just shows you.
You know what it is, right?
It really shows you the.
I was like, you're less of a person. You're less human to me because you said that.
That's
To me,
crazy.
it kind of just shows like what are people most interested in when it comes to gaming. Because I think there are some things in Inquisition that they do better technically. But if you're talking about
I think
if you're talking about an RPG,
there are definitely better aspects in Inquisition.
But let's just talk about a role playing game.
But yeah, that's what I'm not there for that.
Let's be objective.
Let's
Be objective about a role playing game. Which one is the better role playing game? Then it's like if we're going to be objective, it's like it's not even close.
I love BG3, right? I can play that game for hours. You know, I think the combat does get benefit. The narrative does benefit the combat. But if I want to play a game that's like an RPG with action, I'll play like Final Fantasy or something like that. That has an action sense. You know, has more of an action S to it. But if I'm playing a game for narrative, that's why I'm there for an RPG. If I want to play an RPG, I'm playing it, for.
Well, right. That's why it's
the
pretty
role play.
It just shows you. It just shows you like some people have different preferences that I feel like there's better things that they could play. And it's a shame that some of these companies are catering towards those types that maybe want more action and they don't care as much about the dialogue. And I was watching a review of a guy the guy that said, I wish I remembered his name. But a lot of people kept mentioning him in Skill Up's review. Because they're like, wow, your guys is like say in the comments.
It's Fex or Life or something like that.
No, not that guy, because he didn't get a code.
Yeah, he didn't get a code.
But it was his name starts with an M. That's all I remember. It doesn't matter. But he said that he doesn't play these games for like the romances or anything. And I thought that was very telling. Where I'm like, oh, so he thought this is a Game of the Year game. This is like something that he was like, this game is going to be my Game of the Year. And I thought, oh, it's fascinating. I can see why this is his Game of the Year if he doesn't care about that stuff. Like, and he said that every character mostly had really good dialogue and a really good fleshed out story. And I don't believe him, unfortunately, because for what I look for in a game, I don't think we're looking for the same thing. Because I thought it was actually kind of wild. I remember I was fucking showering with my earbuds and listening to his review, and he was like, oh yeah, I don't care about the romances or anything like that. I don't play for that game. And he said, he's like, if you guys do, that's totally fine. But I'm like, I'm gonna be honest, that is the main reason why there's such a large demographic of women that play these games. Because you have options like this. That's why Sims is so popular with women. Mm-hmm. It's like, and they like that, and I love it. I love romance options. I love the connections. It's cool.
I like connections. I don't care about romance.
I can't find that guy.
You do care about the amount of time we talk about fucking Carlac. Shut the fuck up.
She's different.
Shut up.
Different.
Shut up. You are.
Well, no.
I'm gonna explode.
Let me explain. I think the idea of the relationships in games is never a detriment to them. That is something I would say. Like, I love Carlac. I think it's fucking funny that I made my character small on purpose, so she's just bigger than me. I think that is great, right? For me, it doesn't. I can play a game without having a relationship in it. Like, for me, the reason why I did relationships.
It's not even about
that.
No.
What the fuck is
no
happening?
one's saying that.
I'm saying, I'm not finished. Because for me right now in the game, I'm trying to hoop the four-way between Carlac, Lizelle, and freaking
Everything you're telling me is like insane right now.
But what I'm saying is this, right? I think for me the biggest thing is, from my perspective, is the relationship between the party members. So it doesn't have to be romantic. Sorry, I don't care about exactly the romantic nature of it. It doesn't have to be romantic, but it has to be a camaraderie created between me and the characters that are in my party. That's why I love Garrus so much. I play male Shepherd. Yes. I would fuck Garrus if I could. If you fuck with male Shepherd, I don't think you can. I don't think.
No,
you
have to mod that.
I don't think you can.
You have to mod that.
But like,
which is funny. I've done some modding to do some like gay shit and lesbian shit.
But like, I want my team to feel like people I'm growing as a team with. That's the most important thing. And
right,
like
which I'm sure this gay in the Veilguard's gonna have.
I mean, yeah,
but it's just probably not gonna be.
It's gonna be muted.
Well, it's also. We've said it, just kind of retreading. Dragon Age suffers from not fucking dragging along the old people that you have built a relationship with. And so I actually don't really feel like playing 50 hours of a game to build a relationship with these new people.
For them to disappear.
Because unfortunately, I just don't. And they said that this is like the last entry in this saga of Dragon Age. So like this is like tying it up. This is like putting a bow in it. So knowing that,
It's like, why do you care?
yeah, I was like, fuck. Like, so I'm gonna build rapport with these people that I'm never gonna see again, and which has actually been Dragon Age's fucking MO. Unfortunately,
There's gonna be there's more continents, man. There's so much more world.
well, they'll probably go in other directions, but as far as this line, but I feel like it's gonna suffer from with Mass Effect. I'm like, what's Mass Effect without the Reapers? Because Andromeda was God. I mean, even like the villains, and then again, the Veilguard. Why they scaled? Why it's not Dreadwolf anymore? Because if you're watching the reviews, it's two gay elven gods. They're the main villains, and Solus is like scaled the fuck back now. Cool, I'm so excited. Solus, one of the best characters that they created.
Yeah, the big bad, the motherfucker that played the Super Agent the whole time.
Cool.
To fuck you over at the end, and you're like, what? That was cool.
Scaled the fuck back. I'm so happy.
10 years later,
But yeah.
to just make us.
Well, hey man, BioWare is back.
BioWare is back. I think
BioWare's back. We were back in the Andromeda days, the golden age of BioWare.
BioWare is back with the sad face emoji.
I'm.
Yeah.
Is this
They
worse
were
than
on
Anthem, technically?
Yes. Vibe wise, absolutely.
Well, I mean, just because, like, you'd imagine, like...
Anthem was a worse game, but Anthem was a game they shouldn't have been making.
Right,
This
exactly. This is like their wheelhouse, and they fucked it up.
Yeah. Anthem was just like, it was, like you said, nobody wanted it. I played it a little bit, and I was just like, it's
fine.
It's fine.
It's
It
just
was like-
unremarkable.
It was just fine. Like,
It's like giving Michael Jordan a basketball, and then he shits himself in the middle of the game. It's like, what are you like? What's happening?
I think Skill Up said that, actually.
he said something about
He said,
Braun.
He's like, make a LeBron
Giving him a
golf.
tennis
tennis
racket.
racket.
And he's like, but if you give him a basketball, I expect some fucking buckets. Like,
That's why it's like he just falls to the floor,
falls,
starts
shits
shitting
himself,
him.
and dies.
He doesn't die.
It's a
he lives
fine-
with the shame. He lives with the shame of shitting himself on the fucking
It's-
court.
He never cleans
It's a
himself up.
fine analogy.
Yeah.
Like, the issue, though, is like it would be a more accurate analogy if, over time, LeBron replaced parts of himself and slowly became a completely different LeBron.
Yeah.
He turned into he
For
turned-
worse parts.
Yeah, for worse parts. Because that's not the same BioWare, not at
It's
all.
not,
And
it's
that
not.
happens to, like, that's just the natural, that's
I
what
saw a
happens with
list.
most.
I saw a list of like all the people that left the project. It was pretty.
I mean, that
extensive.
happened.
Really?
Yeah,
It was
leaving
that
the
bad?
not only just leaving the project, but just like over time, people leave studios
Right.
and change
Well,
change
for
the then change the DNA of that studio. It's like that's going to happen, and sometimes that'll happen in a good way. Like that happened with Naughty Dog. You know what I mean? Naughty Dog is like barely what they used to be.
entirely different.
It's an entirely different group of people. It's an entirely different company, but like arguably, like Uncharted really skyrocketed them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Crash Bandicoot was big for like people who were already in the scene, and that Jack and Daxter was big, obviously, but like Uncharted and Last of Us, that was a completely like different team of people.
Yeah.
And so it could happen in the reverse. Like you could get like new people into a studio and like it reinvigorates and does something cool.
I assume that's
it doesn't
possible.
happen that often, and BioWare is probably not one of those.
Has it happened? Okay, other than that one interaction, has it happened for a benefit?
I'm sure.
I would actually argue that Bungie is still there. Outside of their C-suite, which has always sucked, like the managers making decisions, like they can still make good games. And I've heard things from people that shouldn't have been talking to me about Marathon that seem pretty interested. But so like it's possible for that to change and shift and whatever. And like, it's actually it's still maintaining something. But like BioWare's been
For BioWare in particular.
A good testament is going to be GTA 6. We'll see how.
because the writers for Red Dead are not even attached to that. I
Yeah.
don't think.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
No, as far as I know,
I don't feel good about that, but we'll see. We can see.
Basically, the people that are known for knocking out of the park are not there, and
The Hauser guys, Dan Hauser and the brother. But I don't know. Like, it's weird. Like, he left a while ago, but also this game's been in development for a while. So like, I don't know.
might be attached to
I don't
it,
know
so.
if it's
Maybe
like
so. I don't know.
the thing for me is like I don't know if they just like this is the story. I'm out. Or if he left before, and you know what I mean. Like I don't know.
I guess I need to confirm that. Yeah,
But we'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll
going
have
to
the least
play
of their involvement though. So like if that'll be worth something anyway.
I am going into that game very much so hoping to get a Red Dead level of storytelling. that I'm pretty sure it's not even fair to.
I just
give
want a
that.
crazy game. Like I don't know if I care
like,
necessarily.
Dude, GTA 5, like I like Red. In Red Dead, I less want to terrorize the cities than I want to actually play through the story. Versus GTA, I want to just terrorize the city, and then
Right.
like I'll get to the missions later. You know what I mean?
Yeah, GTA is very like I just want to fuck everything up.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't
Red
know, man.
Dead's like,
There's nothing better in Red Dead when you wrestle somebody to the floor and wrestle your pistol into blowing their head off. I think that is such a fucking funny thing because it's so real. It's
an amazing animation.
It's such a real panic that the guy is like trying to fight you from grabbing your gun and placing it under his chin.
dude, the first time I did that, I remember being shocked because I was like, that it looked so real.
brutal.
It looked so fucking real.
Yeah.
It's good shit.
I will say I do like shooting the cops though. That's you know the Pinkertons,
I like how they
the
fall.
cops.
I like how they
It
fall
is
down.
fun, yeah.
I funnel them in. I usually go in like I think it's Strawberry. Doesn't matter.
You blow the gun to a
So yeah, I
take.
take. I always take over the establishment. There's the bank in San Denis.
Yes.
It's not San or what is it?
San Denis, yeah.
San Denis.
Yeah.
So I go in the bank, blow the Kirks because it's very wide, but still small doors. Sometimes a horse can get in because you know the cops on the horse. So then the horse freaks out. And it's like going everywhere. I'll kill the guy and the horse is freaking out. And then
I don't
unfortunately,
kill the horses,
I try not to, but I'll use the flame rounds. And then like everything will catch on fire and the horse start cooking. I was like, no, horse, get out of here.
No, leave horse.
But they're
Horse
trapped
turn
in.
around and leave.
Anyway.
You're not meant for your horse league.
But yeah, let's
Let's get on to some questions, I guess.
Rip Bioware.
Rip
possibly.
BioWare, rip.
Are you guys still gonna play?
I don't know. I don't think so. Not me. Like I especially have no reason.
I
Now.
want to. I really, really.
I'm on the
want-
fence. I'm on the fence.
Really, really want.
I get
to
it.
Play another game because I have no RPG games to play right now.
So are you gonna do it, or is that your long drawn answer? What
I
are you
don't
doing?
think I'm gonna do it.
Oh no!
I think I'm gonna hold out.
Dang, that I didn't expect that. I thought you
no.
were that
It makes me really, really sad.
that is BioWare needs to study this.
Yeah.
Like diehard fans are like, I don't know.
I love the setting, the world of that game.
You know,
is
you know
so-
how crazy you would have to fuck up for me to just like, I don't know about Marathon. I don't care. I'm not even gonna try it. Oh, it's free. I don't care.
That's really
Like that's crazy. Like that's so sad.
Yeah, I mean, it's really sad to me.
They're 3 for 3 now.
they are.
It's Andromeda, Anthem, and now this.
Yeah.
That company's the same company it was, man. They went on and became doctors and brain surgeons and shit like that. They went in like the people that made the game that we love, the world that we love, went off and were like, let's become like really successful people outside of this field. And I'm happy, and I know they're probably looking at this game like, I can't believe I wrote that world down, and they did this.
The switch to that engine fucked them. The switch to live service fucked them.
Oh yeah.
and
Frostbite.
Frostbite and live service in a row.
Yeah.
just like decimated that team.
It-
I think like if you had either one or none of those, you probably would have seen a very, very different situation.
I agree.
I
agree.
Because like people want to stay. You know, people are gonna want to stay on. There's like, oh yeah, it's BioWare, dude. BioWare is such a fucking. That's a dope name. You got such a history. I want to contribute to it. Oh, we have to learn a new engine. Oh, that's gonna fuck us up a little bit. Oh, we're switching to live service because like the last game was like kind of mediocre because we had to switch engines. Okay. and now you're just left with the people who like for some reason either had the patience to stick around or just entirely new people who just don't necessarily know exactly what it takes to make these kinds of things.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I look at that's why what fills me with hope about the Marathon game because like there's so many people on that team that are like from CE, like 2001 on that team, and I'm just like,
nice.
They never switched engines, I guess, so that's kind of the benefit of that. But BioWare needs to get their shit together. I wonder if they'll even be around after. Like, I guess it depends on how well it sells. Because realistically, there is a difference between like how we in the sphere who pay close attention to things understand things are being received and how well they're going to be received outside of it. Like, I think fucking Saints Row like sold way more than it should have, like the new one. And like there are other games like that I'm like, that's on the top 20 still. Suicide Squad sold millions. So like I don't know, maybe it's just good enough that like a lot of people, like especially younger people, maybe this will make a shit ton of money.
I think that's what they're banking on, and from what I've seen, a lot of pre-order stuff that they've been kind of killing. And I think the biggest red flag to me was that the game wasn't $70 because I was like, oh, I think that to me is a telltale that
how much was it?
It's $60. So it's not to me. It's yeah, it's not $70. So my thing was a telltale that I'm like, oh. That's a bad sign because if they believed in their game, they would definitely sell for $70. What I mean by that is,
I know what you mean.
Yeah, so it's just one of those things where I'm like, oh, that's not good. They're luring in people, lowering it to old prices to get, because there's no what in what universe would a game this big come out and not be $70? That's fucking crazy.
It is weird. I mean, like there's newer games that I've like fucking what is it? Astrobot was cheap and that was great.
Well, think of it.
But
what I mean,
I know what you mean, though. Like
God of War Ragnarok coming out being $60.
It's like $40,
$45.
I would be so skeptical. Like, is this game going to be 10 hours?
Yeah, you kind of have to be. You have to be new, or you have to be a very specific experience to get away. Like I think, like
there
Helldivers.
is no side quality game. There is just only the narrative.
Do you guys remember War God Zeus of Child?
Yeah,
Do you remember that? Do you remember that?
That was the Xbox God of War clone.
Xbox God of War. That's if $45, I would expect that.
War Gods. That's too much. That's like the War Gods Use of Child is like $10, $9.99. The thing with. But like, yeah, you have a game like Astrobot or like Helldivers even where it's just like, yeah,
right.
okay, $40. That seems
$40
right.
makes sense.
And they're great. But yeah, Dragon Age, you would imagine would be like kind of a premier title.
This is like 10 years, and this is our big thing. This is our make or break. We're definitely going to maximize profits. But they're like, this has been a fucking disaster.
It's amazing.
$60.
Let's just shit this thing out and get
because
moving.
that was the thing that is even made me on the fence. Is that it's $60? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or I'm like, if it was 70, I think I would have already been like, no. And it's funny. It's the difference is $10. What I spent $10 on food today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. BioWare is like, I guess, like kind of a 343 kind of thing now. You know what I mean? Where you're just like, I don't know, man.
You're like,
I feel like if you were gonna do something amazing, you would have done it by now.
Yeah,
like,
totally.
It's just weird that you spent all this time.
Let's just move on, guys. I'm getting sad.
Let's go because we're gonna have to do this again when the next Mass Effect comes out. Whenever,
Yes,
we're gonna
yeah.
do it. We're gonna have to do it again.
Can I tell you something? I could give a fuck about that game now.
Don't say that.
Like,
Dude,
I'm not even exaggerating. Well, first of all, I didn't even finish Andromeda. I
never even played it. I never been.
Oh, you didn't play it?
I never picked it up.
You're better off for it, yeah.
You guys made me fun of me till I played 1, 2, and 3. I was like, oh, this has been amazing.
Oh, right. Of course you
that's
didn't
it.
play. Yeah, because
And
he
that's it.
yeah.
I was like, I'm
right.
just
Yeah, there would be no reason for you to
Yeah.
play it.
It's I tried to play it earlier this year.
I don't want to go to
couldn't finish it.
Andromeda Galaxy and see
Even
niggas
with
that
nude
look like
mods.
me.
Even with nude mods, I couldn't finish it.
How
So-
the aliens just had like.
Well,
dicks
no,
and
my
penises?
crew were like my human crew or like I was the Sarah the sister character, and then she's nude and oiled up, cheeked up, looking good, especially in the desert planets where the sun's just beaming off, and I was like, this looks good. That couldn't even keep me engaged. Even that,
It's
I'm
over,
telling
man.
you, that's
BioWare is cooked. Is the title of this
That
episode.
is BioWare is cooked. That is the title.
I thought we said that.
I
I thought that's
kind
been the
of-
episode title already. But
I'm
let's see.
holding like 2% that and some crazy thing's gonna happen that like, it's
I
actually.
mean, according to Maddie, like the last stretch of it's pretty good.
So every review, they all unanimously said the last stretch of the game is fucking fantastic. But I was like, oh, do I want to play 50 hours to get there? Like, and if you want to do everything, so one review that I saw said that you could probably get to the end in 25, but you're gonna have a terrible ending because you're just doing the main story.
yeah.
And so if you want to do it right, about 50 hours. And then everybody else that I saw said 50 hours. So I was like, oh, they're all clocking around the same amount of time for just like the basics. Then if you want to get close to completing it, like 100%ing, about 80.
Yeah, I don't know. I might pick it up when it's cheap
Yeah,
or
that's the
something. Like
thing.
I don't know. I don't. It's got like a Hogwarts Legacy kind of vibe going on with
Right.
it, where it's just like I'm sure it's fine,
Picked it
but
up
I don't know
for
if I'm.
$15.
Yeah, exactly.
Picked it up $15.
Should I get
Anyway.
or should I get this game?
Should I get a churro or fucking?
All right, let's hopefully the
Dragon
questions
Age.
are gonna lighten the mood because
Yeah, let's
this
get
is
some-
I'm really sad.
Let's get some questions in.
go.
You can ask your questions over at patreon.com/snarktank.
We need more betas. We need more betas and live alpha and stuff like that to help formulate games.
So I got early access for Greedfall 2 because Greedfall the first one's actually pretty decent.
But the gods fighting each other?
No, that's Godfall.
Yeah, it's God. No,
And also, Godfall sucks.
Yeah, I was like,
no,
what the fuck?
Greedfall is just like a small like what was the spider? I forget the company's name.
I
But,
think they're called spiders.
yeah, I think it's
which is awesome. I love
something
that.
like that. Yeah,
Oh, the studio is just called Spiders.
it's fun. It's like there's some dumb plague thing, and then they gotta you fuck up
It's like U.S. colonial kind of
like
time.
It's actually pretty fun. I liked it. For
It's like a
what it
survival
was.
game. What is it? Like
It's
I never.
it's just it's a it's basically it's baby Dragon Age. Like it's there's a lot of mystical dark fantasy shit in it.
Baby age.
There's you
baby
gotta
age.
build faction things. You gotta there's chief tribal people that you can fuck up, and it's so you go and you
Sounds
go.
nice.
It's actually the
I
combat.
like the aesthetic of it. Like I like Colonial. It's one of the saving graces of Assassin's Creed 3, where like that game was kind of disappointing to me, but like I did like the vibe of
aesthetic
like
was good.
the aesthetic. And there's not really a lot of games like that.
Yeah.
My problem is that if it's colonial, if it's colonial but there's magic, why is everything so shitty? That's my
Well, there's
comment
things
always.
in this world. There's a plague that's making things shitty.
Okay,
it's
'cause-
very similar to Dishonored.
Okay.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually a great comparison.
And I'm like, oh, there's this fucking cool ass like magic and people have powers. And then you decide to live in that period of time where everything is just people are shitting outside their windows.
There's nothing wrong with
They're
that.
putting their ass out their windows.
shitting in it, and it's landing in someone
Can you
else's
imagine
fucking
you're
pot of
fucking
slop.
walking and you just see cheeks just popping.
You've never had diarrhea outside of your own window?
I've thought about doing it
That's
before in
crazy,
real life,
like-
but I was like, that's so evil.
Fast projectile, you have to dodge it too while you're walking.
It hits the street,
It hits
not
the
the
street and it's
not the
splat.
sidewalk, the street.
Walking, you
insane.
slip on someone's shat on the fucking.
Honestly, on a scale of let's make it 1 to 20. How furious would you be if you were walking down the street
Someone shat on
and
me
someone
for
someone diarrheaed out the window and it got on your shoe?
like a 4. I'm like, oh, this fucking
4? I'd be like at least 14.
I'd be like a 4.
I gotta tell you, I usually wear flip flops. So
oh, you'd
I
be
am,
at like a.
I am,
You'd be
I'm
like.
God of War rage.
You had a cut on
You'd be at
your toe
17 at
also.
least.
I got a cut on my toe.
Yeah.
I immediately just get sick and die.
That's insane.
feel the
You
sickness
killed
spreading.
me.
You killed me.
You killed me.
You shat on. You see black veins already going up your foot.
That's insane.
Like, what the fuck? You gave me necrotic damage, you asshole. All right, let's do the questions.
Oh man.
What do we got?
Let's try to up in the mood, man.
All right. Well, yeah. Let's try to lighten up the mood.
We'll always have origins, you know? We'll always have origins, 2 and
So the first question comes from this guy. He says, "So about the Holocaust."
Uh-oh.
So all right. So already we're
Very cool.
lightening up the mood.
question for me, I'm guessing.
No, I'm just kidding.
Due to my Jewish descent. Due to
So
my-
kick and destabilize Boston Dynamics. Kick and destabilize Boston Dynamics. Row Biggers roaded.
Row Biggers.
Row Biggers is
Damn.
fucking so dumb.
Row Biggers.
That made me so goddamn angry. He says, hey guys, extra ammo idea. I saw this and I thought it was not bad. A fandom tier list. Rank fans of games, books, movies, whatever. We can find like the most egregious fandoms and like, we could actually do like an in-person tier list. We don't even need like the fucking editing.
Okay.
But like,
Yeah.
Fandom
rank,
tier list.
yeah, maybe
I like
toss up for a post to give suggestions. Yeah, that might not be a bad idea.
That would be a bad idea.
I don't hate that. In fact, you know what? In the comments to this episode, suggest some fandoms,
Right.
and then we'll look through them, and then we'll plug it. The one thing I would
we already-
imagine,
We already know the worst one is.
Right.
what would it be like? What, like Magic?
Magic, you mean like the card game?
Yeah. What? I don't know.
Magic fans aren't that bad.
I don't know.
Some of them
I
suck,
can't even
but-
think of it. Sonic, I
There's
guess.
like people.
that's what the co-
yeah, like
That's
Sonic.
Okay.
the
Manga,
you're saying the
anime
quarter-
fans.
See, the Sonic came later because I forgot that people could even be fans.
I mean, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Sonic, but I'm not an internet fan of Sonic.
It kind of it is interesting to me that there
Yeah.
are people that follow the lore and stuff of Sonic and it
I would-
really does kind of like I'm like, oh, people like this.
Yeah, I
Like,
would
they
beat up
really
Sonic
like
the Hedgehog, no questions asked. Like that guy beat up Bugs Bunny in that weird cartoon. You know,
it. Yeah, oh yeah.
I would decimate that creature.
I think
To me, Sonic's like Mario. I don't give a fuck about Mario lore even slightly.
I know
Oh, yeah,
about
yeah.
it only
Is
because
there
of the
Mario
fact that
lore
I'm
even?
autistic.
there must be. There's like 1,000 games, right?
Yeah, but like I feel
Yeah.
like everything's kind of like a branch off, like hypothetical.
But see, that's how I feel about Sonic, though. But then I know there's lore because there's movies and all this shit. Shows.
speed of
Well, first there's Sonic. There's Sonic.
How fast is that?
The speed of gay is
gay.
is the speed of-
gay.
okay. So wait, is the speed of gay
The fastest gay person
No.
in fiction.
No, I feel like the speed of gay.
What is it?
It would be like what, like maybe like 20% slower than like a normal walk cycle.
Why would it be?
I don't know. I'm just trying to spitball. I feel
Yeah,
like it would be like,
well, like,
because
why?
maybe there's like a little bit more flamboyancy in it.
So
And
that's
maybe
the
like,
speed
and
of
maybe
gay?
yeah, like there's like swaying,
But, like,
and
if-
maybe even there's like distract. There's no like blinders like we have. Well, I don't know. You're gay, but like I have to go. Like if I'm going somewhere, I'm going. I'm not getting distracted by something. But it's not like, oh, look at this dress. But like, oh, you know what I mean?
Dress.
Like, so it would be like, I would imagine like 20% slower.
Wouldn't you assume it'd be better because of the fact that like gay people are
Because you're living your life and actually taking in the world around you? No.
yeah, like they also like objectively just do things more efficiently more often than not than we do.
I don't know about that.
Every gay person I know is very put together for the most part.
Do you mean like just
I guess.
like,
That's not what-
aesthetically or
In general, like, it's like, oh, this is a put together person.
yeah?
I guess.
I don't know.
mean,
I have a lot
don't
of
know.
gay homies that are living in Skid Row, fucking bums and shit.
But those are like the curves.
Those
of
are
the
our
gays,
fans.
You know, those are the
Those are our fans. Yeah,
those are like
that's why I know them.
Those are the
Yeah.
casted off gays. You know, like they've got.
I went.
They lost around at a Vogue show, and then and now they're just.
cast them out.
Here's a good one.
Oh,
Here's a good one. I'm not a big fan of the government 30 on 30 road. And he says, hey, BIPOC darlings. I hate that word.
what is it?
BIPOC.
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
BIPOC. I don't even know, really. Bisexual person
Oh,
of color.
bisexual person of color. Oh, I guess so.
I don't even, maybe, I don't know.
That's
I don't
probably
know.
what it means. That's probably what it means.
I'm not bisexual.
Anyway, he says, I thought it was funny. I thought it was funny you brought up Game Over by Falling in Reverse, that stupid video game song.
Oh yeah.
Because I recently went out to a bar with some friends, and as we left, we spent $20 filling the queue on the jukebox with that song and Gangnam Style alternating for the next hour.
You're a fucking menace.
Are there any times you guys did something to ruin the days
No.
of others, surely for your own amusement?
No,
100%
I
I've
am
done
not
that.
an asshole like
I've done
that.
stuff like that.
I have never.
I've did this, and this is so fucked
What'd
up.
you do?
I definitely hit a bunch of things on the fucking elevator and walked out of the elevator before.
That's so
I've definitely
shitty.
done that.
I think I
it's
feel like
so insidious. You know what's funny? I was just having like a bad day on my own. Like the person in the elevator didn't do anything to me. I was just a little upset.
I
and
You just
was
wanted
like,
to just bring someone down to your level.
retrospectively, I
"Heart's
must
not
have.
good. Heart's not good."
I feel like I must have done something like this, but like I don't know. I don't think so. I know I've hit all the buttons, but I don't know if it was like I remember the action of hitting all the buttons on the elevator. I just don't remember the intent.
No, you gotta-
I
Because
know one thing that I've
because
done.
Oh, okay. What is it?
Sorry. A porta potty.
Oh no.
I pissed all over it inside.
Why would you? You just called him a fucking animal for what he did.
Well, because you directly
You created a
inconvenienced someone.
biohazard. He just inconvenienced
Piss
somebody.
is sterile. Okay, calm down.
Not when mixed with other piss.
Well, look. So there wasn't like a line for the bathroom. This was like a random, it's in the park for like the construction workers or whatever the fuck. Or it was one of those things that like nobody was around. You would like directly inconvenience somebody in front of their face, like, and just to turn them into a villain. Basically, my thing was like an October surprise. You open this shit, it's dripping piss.
Oh, I remember.
Fair, I was probably like 10 years old or
I
something.
remember something.
How old were you? Sorry.
Yeah, how old were you when you did it? It was like 3 days ago.
Hey, how old were
It
you?
was like this morning. No, I'm kidding.
No, how old?
I was definitely like no more than 16.
Okay. See, I was.
That's
I
around
don't
the
even
age
know if
where
I
you're
had
dead
pubes
for
yet.
no reason.
I was in a shittier version of my life, but like
I think when I hit all the buttons, I was probably like 8 or something. I think I just kind of wanted to do it. It was like an
definitely
impulse.
old.
I don't even think I thought necessarily like this is going to inconvenience people. I just thought like I want to see the lights.
It
I
is
was like-
kind of. It's
It's
kind
kind
of
of like
enticing.
it's super, dude. It's so
like the
satisfying.
Christmas tree.
The what?
One of those like Christmas trees, when it has like when you like I don't know if you've been in a project building before, but like the project buildings in New York,
The ones that
you know,
are like X shaped.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So what happens? I was just like I was upset. I probably talked to a girl. She probably fucking declined me, called me gay or something, and I was like, I'm not gay yet. And I fucking just fucking did all of the ones, and then I ran out. And then the person just looked at me, and I was just like, it was just like me staring at them
man.
walking away.
I think I remember being 12 and like burying knives in the sand face up and then leaving them.
You just go to a beach and
That
bury
is-
bury the sharpest knives possible
Facing
all over
up.
the beach.
Just shallowly under the surface.
Just the blade is at
If
the
the
right
sun-
light you can see
if
it.
the
At
sun-
the right light you can see the blade.
If you look at it right, the sun will shine off the tip.
You're
But like
making-
you wouldn't be able to notice.
Just
You're making me
killing
not want to
people.
walk barefoot on beaches.
Just-
I know. I never did
killing
that.
I know you didn't do that.
I
but
never did that.
I feel like some asshole has.
No, hold on. To be fair, I do remember. This is like This is a half true. I didn't bury knives under the surface, but I remember a friend of mine, he had like real fucking kunai knives because he was a weeb. And went to the beach and we were like playing with him really irresponsibly. We were like we were like stabbing into the sand and doing some dumb shit. And then I remember trying to scoop something out of it, and then I lost it under the sand. And I couldn't find it, and then I was scared to keep patting because I didn't want to cut myself. They were real knives, but so there's one knife buried like probably like 5 inches under the sand somewhere.
Some kid got.
Some kid got. Yeah, maybe, I don't know.
I'm sure.
We never heard anything about it. There was no news about it, so like
you know Mattel, like the Barbies and all that shit. Ken. Well, they did a line of they did a run of Street Fighter.
Barbies.
Doll. Yeah, and so I bought a Guile. And I loved it. I was like, it's so fucking cool. And then I was at the park and I buried him. And then like I went to get him back because I was just playing.
Already.
Yeah.
Fucking God. It wasn't like I left. I was just fucking around.
You buried it and then you went back and it was gone. You turned back around and it was gone.
That was probably like a toy soldiers or a small soldiers situation where like he like came to life and he was like, the fuck? I'm free.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
I still don't know what happened to this day. It wasn't like, say, when I with my girlfriend at the time, I was like 16 or 17. We went to this park. I rode my bike there. I met her there because I was going to go to work after we ride my bike. And there was a bunch of cholos in the park. I'm like, whatever. I'm not fucking paying attention to them.
Took your bike instantly.
Dude, what I did was, I was like, they're so far away. I'm literally just going to go like 100 feet to the liquor store real fast. Like, I should be able to. No, dude. Like, it didn't make sense, the quick work that they made of my bike. And then them all standing there casually like they didn't do shit. And I was like, I can't even say anything to them because they're going to beat the fuck out of me.
Do a firebomb at them.
I was just like, if I had something on them, I would have terrorized them. But it was one of those things where I had to accept the L for being a fucking moron, for just not taking my bike.
There was one time.
A few hundred. It was like it was right there. The liquor store was like, oh, I'll be right there. And then, whatever.
So back in New York City, there's a lot of courtyards. There's actual courtyards. So like we could actually like play in them when we were kids.
Yeah.
I remember this one time I was racing my friend, right? There was a bodega attached to the building I lived in. So me and my friend were hanging out, and we raced down to the bodega, and then we raced back. I went down to the bodega. It was snowing too. It was like a big fucking like a Yankee fucking custom puffer jacket my grandma got me, because my grandma's Puerto Rican. She loves Yankees, so she had to like go all out for that fucking thing because she likes baseball more than she liked me probably.
Probably.
So she fucking we went on. I remember I had it. It was really cool. I put it down to race my friend. We went to the bodega. We came out. It was like 2 minutes, and the jacket was gone. It was gone. It was gone so fast.
Some people are so savvy. Like
some people are just fucking burglars.
Well, exactly.
That's a kid's jacket. He's the they probably had kids knowing where they were. Probably fucking a bunch of fucking Puerto Ricans and fucking Dominicans. Of course, they had probably kids they weren't taking care of. Yeah. So like they definitely like fucking did that. But it was just like, holy shit! Like,
you just don't realize how many people are watching like hawks.
Yeah,
like, and that's the thing that pisses me off. Like they're watching, and then they find their opportunity, because a
real thief is paying attention all the time.
All
to
the
find
time,
things to steal.
They're just scanning shit. Like I left in Del Taco, I left a Canon camera. It was like $300 back in 2006. It's an expensive ass camera, like one of those fucking small digital cameras was $300 because that was the time. I was like, oh shit, I left my camera on the thing, and we just turned around. It was already gone. It was gone immediately.
You can do shit like that around here. Like in this area, you can do shit like people will give your shit back. People will like your shit, but like back in like any inner city, it's gone.
It's
because
gone.
People are struggling already.
Because I've dropped my wallet in some nice places. Like I used to be really clumsy with that shit.
Yeah.
Even when I was when I went to visit JoJo in Lithuania, I found the only KFC there because I wanted to just see how it is. And I was like, nigga, it's the same. What the fuck is this? I was hoping like they're gonna do something different. But anyway, I dropped my wallet in there. And fucking they found they didn't understand how, like, because they don't have middle names.
They didn't understand money.
They
found you.
What is this currency?
They tried to find me on Facebook. Like,
how do you,
that's crazy.
Yeah, because like they didn't understand my ID though, because because it says like. Well,
they speak English there, right?
Right, but
it says
they don't have middle names.
Man.
So they thought my name was Derek Antonio. Like they were like
stupid black
they
person named Derek.
they don't sound that Slavic. Like, well, they are.
It is me, Lithuanian fellow.
They're Baltic. They're Baltic, which is a small distinction. At least the Lithuanians would like to have that distinction, even though all of them are all mixed. Like JoJo's half Russian. She's fucking Slavic.
Where's the weird thing here?
Anyway.
She tried to be like, actually, I'm Baltic, and I'm like, your mom that you speak Russian to would disagree.
This is a weird thing. People can have skin of this shade. Only seen in books and literature.
Impossible.
So next one, Gray Ghost remembers what the Alien Ant Farm guy did wrote, and he says, "Hello, racist Walt Jr., gay Gus Fring, and Black Mike." Last episode, you mentioned
Black Mike. You're Mike Ehrmantraut.
Mike would be amazing.
Black Mike just registered to me as like just some guy.
Sorry, nigga. We can't do this, nigga.
It's just his lines, but with the N-word in it.
With your
Just that's literally
with
the only
your
difference.
rage, nigga, and your humorous, nigga.
Hubris, comma, the N-word soft A is such a wild two words to be conjoined together in a single thought that conveys anything.
This nigga's hubris is insane.
Do you always have to call me the N-word?
Well,
You would, wouldn't you? Because racist Walt Jr. Oh, gay guy. That's fun. That's fun.
all I had to do.
That's
I
funnier
did
than
that,
any.
and then stop.
That's funnier than any diatribe. I think. Last episode you mentioned DBZ abridged. While I agree it was a little long, and I'm glad they stopped making it. Have you guys seen their animated series HFIL? It's basically a sitcom about Self-Frieza and Ginyu's living in hell. I got to be honest with you, that sounds terrible.
I give no fucks about any of those characters except for Frieza when he turned black.
So, like, recently?
Yeah, I've never liked Frieza. I was a huge cunt. I was happy he died all the time.
Well, yeah.
Well, that's the point of him being
yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's it. Like, but I didn't even like him. I wasn't like, oh, this bad guy I like. I was like, I just want this nigga dead.
So he's like how King Joffrey was for a lot of people.
Yeah, I wanted
a lot of people that
I
were
wanted
just
to
like-
do it for Joffrey. I wanted to be the person to do it.
See, I liked Frieza because he killed Krillin.
That was cool.
Yeah.
I was a little mad when he killed Vegeta, but you know.
Yeah, it was a little, yeah, but I mean.
But when he killed Krillin,
that's
that
Toriyama
shit was.
doing.
I
was.
every time.
It's funny.
Yeah, I laugh out loud every time. I know it's coming. He explodes.
Because he looks.
What happens is
explodes.
Because the thing about it is
a
like
tonal shift. That's why, because that is just brutal.
Well, the thing, the thing about it specifically is
They
that
almost
like
killed him twice. That's crazy.
yeah, the thing. Well, yeah, that's right. Because he got.
Oh yeah, because he
Gordon.
impaled him. Bah. Then he got a sensu bean, right?
That always felt like a Mandela effect to me, where I'm like, I thought Krillin, like, because it's like, oh, Krillin always explodes. I'm like, I swear to God, he got impaled.
Yeah,
And I remember like, oh yeah, he sensu beamed. I think.
Yeah,
he
I'm
did.
pretty sure he got a sensu
Dende.
bean. Oh, Dende healed him. Oh,
Dende.
thank
He
you.
sensu handed him.
Shut up, my nigga. I'll close this hole up.
I would if I would have Dende on me always. Like when you're gonna fight and just have him on you like Chaozu.
Well, the thing is that Dende, fucking autistic ass Dragon Ball knowledge I have, but Dende is it takes energy
you tell me
to
he has
do
a
it.
fucking cooldown.
To heal
God.
people entirely. Yes,
got a cooldown.
Yes, and then also if Dende dies, there's no more Dragon Balls at the venture in the future. So they're like, let's just leave Dende here so we have Dragon Balls.
I mean, I guess.
Yeah. But no,
So
Krillin,
then slap
Krillin-
Dende head off his neck. There's no more Dragon Balls.
Krillin exploding like that is
It's so
so funny because like it's so
How it even
relatable.
starts too, where he's like,
well,
like,
it's really fucking mean.
Bam. I'm like,
All you see is him like, whoa. In fact, the fact that he did it to Dende is crazy. Krillin too, because Krillin wasn't the one that was wilding on him the most. Piccolo had just finished beating the Sam fuck out of him. Gohan slammed him on his neck, and he was like, "I'm gonna choose that nigga right there."
That's what's so great about Frieza, though. Just
He's
being just a massive piece of shit.
He picked specifically on the weakest person.
Yeah,
He was like, I'm gonna kill the weakest person among you, and I'm gonna do it in such a fucking dumb way. I'm
so
gonna
funny.
pop this guy. I'm gonna pop this bald fellow.
He made him gain weight. and
I
then
have
killed him.
been in like the thing, like that image of him screaming. Like I've felt that so many times. I relate to it.
Yeah.
It's
Just
such a relatable
trapped in
yeah.
pain.
Just you ever had a stomach ache that's just like, damn, I want to die right now.
I don't do this though. I do this.
Every
I don't-
once in a while, I have
don't-
one of those,
I don't
like-
open
yeah.
when I'm painting. I don't expose myself to more
Have you
pain
never
in the
had one of
world.
those sharp pains where it's like it feels like
Yeah, it's
it feels
fall
like
down.
gas is like moving through and it feels almost like a knife. Like it's like trying to work its way through it, and then you just like a little jolt of like, oh, what the fuck just happened? Like, oh, you got fucking stabbed. I was like, oh,
Go kid.
Go, you dumb.
you done it.
Oh man,
He
but
got
yeah,
his ass
no,
beat for
just
that. He
yeah,
got
no,
that. He
no,
got
Say the N word.
no disrespect to Team 4-Star or whatever, but like I don't know, like to me, like the comedy of DBZ Abridged is the fact that they are doing the story in a different way. It's like almost like a what if, but like I don't know, a sitcom about Cell-Frieza and Ginyu living together. Like I don't know, that sounds like a terrible
so wild
pick.
how much
Like,
bigger
it sounds
Goku
horrible.
was in Super Saiyan. Like how much more muscle mass he had the first time he went Super
What
Saiyan.
the fuck are you talking about?
He had way more muscle mass when he went Super Saiyan the first time.
Oh, you're having your own conversation. All right.
You
Goku.
don't remember that?
No, I didn't realize.
I thought you were
Goku.
done. That's why I started to speak. My apologies. Like I was saying before you interrupted me.
I just
before-
don't know what you're saying.
You know how Goku was just much larger?
I don't know who Goku is.
It's fucking. You now you'll pay, Frizzer.
You killed my gay friends.
He was bald, and now he'll always be bald.
You didn't even see him with his hair. 15 years later from now.
That's what pisses him
That's
off.
what he's mad about.
He's like, you doomed him to an eternity lifetime, like an afterlife of baldness.
Goku was
He's gonna be a
always
bald
like
ghost.
He was always like, eventually he'll get hair, and I'm fine with that. Eventually he'll have hair, and I'm okay with that.
Bulma was almost finished with the Rogaine.
The head top thing.
His hair retreats into his skull, and he becomes a bald Super Saiyan.
Yo, that'd be fucking. That should have been the reverse. That should have been it.
It's horrible.
Would have been so lame. That drawing would have been so lame. Fucking Goku like with lightning around him with no hair. With the least striking images in fucking anime history.
Did he just get cancer? Did he just go through chemo? Like what the fuck?
Does that imply that the hair like retreats into his brain?
Yeah, that's the source of his power. The hair being within. It's the hair within.
It's the hair with the enemy
hair
with
with-
the enemy with hair.
I would like to see Piccolo with hair.
I want to see. Yeah, everyone who doesn't have, they need to swap.
He should have like an Invader Zim disguise, kind of like where he like puts on fake hair and like
Turned into a white man.
yeah.
Hey, I'm
No, he's still green though because Zim's still green.
Hey, I'm Kami.
He just got like human contacts and like
Nappa had hair, actually.
Nappa,
Oh yeah,
There's
old
a
Nappa.
flashback
That's right.
where they
Old
had
Nappa did have the
old
hair.
Nappa.
Up
He had
top.
like a little. He had a fucking.
He had a little cute little Nazi haircut.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm
Special
Son
Needs
Goku.
Cannon wrote in. He says, "Hello,
Special
Ray
guy.
Squilliam Johnson, that guy from Weezer and Review Cock USA. What kind of
Cockney
what kind of dishes are you guys cooking for yourselves lately? I've been on a Philly cheesesteak kick myself.
Oh, that sounds good as fuck.
Yeah, don't get gout, man. Damn, that's a lot of beef.
Yeah, you
I
gotta be
love me
careful.
some bulgogi though.
Bulgogi
Oh,
is
man,
is
dude.
top tier shit.
I make bulgogi at home sometimes.
Yeah.
Fucking delicious.
Bulgogi, traitor.
What have I been?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't been cooking lately.
I haven't. I got fucking JoJo got me sick. So pissed, man.
Oh yeah. What
I
happened?
still hear my stuffiness.
Yeah, what
She's
did
caught
you-
a fucking bug. Something. I mean, you know, she's always working around a lot of fucking people.
You should catch your hand after she does that.
Yeah, I hit her a few times, but like I just have a stuffy nose now. I'm fine, but it's just like, thanks, you know, like
Yeah.
because her friend came through. and
Oh
so
yeah.
I'm
Maybe
just
she got
like-
it.
Yeah, well,
It's a foreign bug, maybe.
well,
yeah.
the thing is, she got a little bit sick before the friend came. Friend's fine. I think your immune system's top notch.
Oh,
she's
damn.
completely fine.
Yeah, they gotta deal with real hardship out there. Like fucking, I don't know, like the coyotes fucking eating up all their lambs and not having food.
Coyotes.
Having food and shit like
Coyotes eating up all their lambs.
Yeah.
Yeah, coyotes do that.
Do they?
Yeah.
I've never seen a lamb.
I don't even think they have that, but all right.
They have coyotes over there?
I don't think so.
They have wolves over there, don't they? Or
They
they had
they
once
probably
upon a
have
time.
They probably have
Wolves
like fucking hyenas or
in
something.
some
They
areas.
have wolves, jackals, and fucking timber
Yeah.
lions.
Timber
lions.
Timber lions, hyenas, and fucking jackals. It's crazy.
Yep.
Are jackals still around? I've never really seen a jackal.
It's a jackal. It's a jackal. Jackal.
Wait, what is that?
I think it was that guy doing his charades on Family Guy.
He's a
Jackal. Jackal.
Is it a jackal?
If this wasn't right the first time, why would you keep fucking saying it?
Because he really wants to know.
That was a fun. That was a funny
Some
bit.
cutaways, some Family Guy cutaways are good, man. Jackal. Is it a jackal? Jackal. The idea of guessing it of like more than once after it's clearly
I
wrong
can't-
is really
Tired.
funny.
Yeah.
I literally can't do games like that. People like that I can't play games with because I don't want to be competitive. But I feel like I get competitive because of how stupid the other person is.
Jackal. I hear it so
The way that
vividly.
he says it, it's like
It's a
Like-
good voice actor, whoever it is.
Jackal.
Whenever
Jackal.
you've played Taboo
gotta
with us
hear it.
before, but
I think I did. Yeah.
but whenever we play Taboo, we always put Lily and Chris on the same team. Because they just don't work well together.
Yeah.
And then when they start working well together, we change teams on them. We do it every time. But like Lily's with Chris, and Lily's like, God damn, I want to work with Chris. And it's like, I hate this fucking person.
Jackal! It's a jackal! It looks like a jackal! Jackal! It's a jackal! Jackal!
Why is that fucking funny?
Jackal.
It really is good. The guy doing it is so good.
It's someone trying to impose their will on something.
Right, it's
They're
like-
trying to make it be that.
He's trying to make it right.
You're right.
But not in-
You're right. It is because the person's still drawing. You know, like it's still.
It's a jackal! It's a jackal! Jackal! It's a jackal! Jackal!
Jackal? The end Jackal?
Why the hell is it so
Blown
pitched up?
Yeah, I don't know. That's how I remember it.
No, because even like little Lois, these-
Jackal! Jackal!
Everyone's like this.
Jackal! Jackal!
It's pitched up because of how frantic he is.
Jackal! Jackal! It's a jackal!
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's just how it was.
what the fuck? Okay.
Yeah, what do you do? Jackal.
No.
Jackal.
No, not Jackal. I thought it was like Jackal. No,
Oh, I don't know.
It's
Yeah.
like Jackal.
I remember him being high.
Jackal.
I remember him being so high pitched that it like
I
cracked
just
me the fuck up.
misremembering it. Yeah.
It's
He's
that
drawing
video-
it, and he's yelling at him to the point he draws a jackal. That's what,
I mean,
that's what he's trying to make him do.
There's two layers to that. It was like, first of all, the idea that you would guess the same thing over and over again and still like just continue to guess it is funny.
Yeah.
But then the idea that you would see anything that resembles a jackal and a jackal would be your first guess and not like
a dog.
a dog or like your first guess being jackal is crazy.
Are jackals still around?
I don't even know, dude. I have no idea.
Let's see.
Donde está jackals?
There
Por
are
favor.
I know there's economic jackals that destabilize economies.
Yeah, they're around.
Yeah.
They're chilling.
Those are
Jackal. Is it a jackal? Yeah, look at him. He's eating a little fucking.
Oh, they're cuter than I remember
Hey,
them being.
jackal
Oh no, they're not.
puppy.
Fuck them.
They're scary looking.
Hi,
Man.
Jackal puppy.
Jackal puppy, chocolate chip cookie. Did you see the fucking Rizzler and the fucking Costco people on fucking Jimmy Fallon?
Oh yeah,
The Rizlonians.
yeah. I only know the Rizzler. What are the other names? The
I don't
something
know.
with a boom or
We're
something.
Costco dads.
There's
Of
like-
course, we flay our dicks open and then fucking and I don't know, fucking punch babies in the mouth.
I like that you forgot.
I don't know.
That should be the next Costco dad. It's like, we're Costco guys. Of course. I don't know. And then it ends.
That's the final one. He never makes one after that.
That's amazing.
That kid, look, I don't want
That
to.
Rizzler kid's getting fatter, isn't he?
I think that's why they're giving him so much special treatment. I think it's like a Make-A-Wish situation.
Oh no,
He's a chubby little guy.
He doesn't have but time. Like you can't be that young and that fat and expect like he's not. I mean,
might grow
30.
out of it. He might
to
grow out
see
of it.
30 would be amazing.
It
Because he's little, right? Isn't he like actually like little?
He is 4 months old.
so fucking stupid. Can you imagine? I swear to God, I've seen him 4 months ago.
I saw him 5 months ago, so that must be a fucking problem.
I don't know. Maybe I'm misremembering. Maybe I'm misremembering. I'll take
Maybe
your word
I'm
for
wrong.
it.
Maybe I'm wrong. We're
take your word for
Costco
it.
dads.
I'll take your
Of
word
course, we're fucking dying inside. Of course, I'm fucking. We're Costco. Of course, I'm fucking terrified. Of course, I'm scared of something. He's crying, bro.
Of course, I'm scared to death. Oh, he's gone.
I'm not used to making myself laugh. Master BFE.
So stupid.
Fucking Costco guy.
Because I want to say 4 years.
He said 4 months.
The fucking Rizzler, dude.
Of course, we beat the piss out of homeless people.
We're Costco dads. Of course, we commit terrorist acts and blame people of different ethnicities. Of course,
We're Costco
here's
guys.
the chocolate chunk cookie, and he blows a dog's head out. He
my
blows
God.
a dog's brains out.
He tears a dog's head like Kratos.
Like Kratos the wolves.
I hate the gentle put down.
Yeah, when he
he
just-
does it, he just lays it down. I'm like, this nigga just ripped its jaw off. He has the nerve to try to be respectful afterwards.
Because it's, the puppy. It's the puppy at the end of the day. It's a puppy.
It's a
I hate the fucking
Cookie.
Wargons, man. I beat the fuck out
Anyway,
of them.
Master BFE, last one.
Okay.
Clarification from previously read question.
Ah.
He says, writing in to clarify, since me calling Sween out. Oh, I fucked my throat up. Laughing. Writing in to clarify, since me calling Sween out on Harry Potter got read. The reason I didn't clarify what was wrong is because there were far too many to list. The main thing that sent me over the edge
Ooh.
was Sween saying that Harry's dad was a dickhead to Voldemort, and that's part of why he went evil, when in reality James Potter was 34 years younger than Voldemort. They were not even close to being in school at the same time.
No, they weren't.
He was,
No,
lit-
James
he
is
was
a dick to
literally
Snape.
he was literally just a child psychopath who found out he could be immortal if he murdered people. Harry Potter has a lot of dumb qualities, and I'm not even that big of a fan. But just listening to Sweet try to inform Derek while being so damn wrong is both hilarious and infuriating.
That's amazing. I love how, since I don't know anything, I
Yeah.
just accept it. It's like being a child. I don't know anything about this, so I'm just, okay.
Yeah, Harry Potter's dad
And
is
I
fucking weird.
accepted it. And the funny thing is, I swear I might have said something to JoJo, and she might have humored me. Because she probably should have been like, what the fuck are you talking about? You know?
Right.
Does she like Harry Potter?
Yeah, well, she likes it her and her best friend, like, they watched it, all of them, and they just kind of laughed at it.
Was it like Dumbledore?
They're like, yeah, Dumbledore. Yeah, exactly. It was like
the
that.
magic you use here is
You know what's funny?
Harry Potter.
Because I've noticed a lot of cultures do this. Like if they speak English, they half speak both languages. So they'll speak Lithuanian.
Everyone does.
And then finish off like, and I thought it was so fascinating because I didn't know it was like a worldwide thing.
yeah, Babushka Dragon Age.
Yeah, like that. They'll be like, oh, that was really funny. Like yesterday, and I'm like, what? Why did you just say that in your like? It's fascinating.
You just hear rubbish because that language is so not near any language you even remotely understand. So you're just like, these witch women coming to my home.
Yeah, that one's
they-
Lithuanian's hard for me. That one's one. It's I can only understand because of the English thing. I can understand like what they're talking about. So it does give me hints.
when they speak, does the room turn more gray?
I think, dude, it's funny when she landed. All of a sudden, Overcast was like kind of. I was like, what the fuck?
Does it give a nice Fiddler on the Roof vibe whenever they're in the house? It's like, well, that's more Jewish. That's Jewish. That's Jewish and Russian, but yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, they're not. They're actually the Lithuanians over there. They're a lot of Eastern Europe are mostly Catholic and Orthodox Christians.
Fucking unfortunate.
The Orthodox and Catholics are very similar because they're all into that bombastic, stupid clothes and being all gaudy and shit.
I wear this cloak that reminds me that my Pope has raped children. I
That
wear
is
this.
fucking
Hey,
crazy.
did you see that they had to pay out money, like a ton
Vatican?
of fucking money?
Really? For
Yeah,
what? For more
For what do you think?
all these crystals and diamonds.
All these
we have.
kids that they softly patted. I don't know.
Wow! Look at this child. I left a gape in the corner.
Last one, because it's quick, and then we'll get out.
Okay,
Shirtman's lesser known cousin, wife beater man.
let's
He said,
go.
Sup Mario, Judah, punk ass, black bitch, and goblin. Last episode, y'all talked shit on people who have only seen Dragon Ball abridged. I am one of those people, and you want to know what I think of that? You're right. Do you think Kai is a good way to watch it? I don't like filler. Yeah, I think Kai's fun.
Yeah, Kai's fun.
Kai's probably the best way to do it. I think you miss out on a cool specifically stuff in the Boo arc, but like whatever.
Look, man,
You're not gonna have that same connection to it anyway, so yeah, just watch Kai.
I gotta say, I don't. In my opinion, only when I watch Dragon Ball like DBZ back to back, it dragged on when you watched it episodically on television. In my opinion, this is just my opinion though.
Yeah.
So when I watched it back to back, like say I borrowed my friend's DVDs years ago, and it was an easy watch for me.
Yeah,
Because like you actually, I was like, oh, I'm already done, kind of a thing.
I agree. Yeah, the filler's annoying for sure, but it's extra annoying when you have to wait.
Yeah.
The filler isn't even that bad in Dragon Ball.
It's
not really.
When you're watching
There's
it
some,
back
like,
to
weird
back,
little-
it's not that much. Like because the way that people consume content nowadays too, like they'll watch a fucking stream for hours and they're half paying attention. They're going in and out in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm like, you can watch Dragon Ball Z the same way, where like the interesting stuff, you're not really missing anything if you tune out in certain instances because it's not an intricate like show. It's a show that's like, you know what's about to happen. Like, oh, we need to prepare for Raditz. So how much do I need to pay attention to them preparing for Raditz before they show up and fight?
I guess, I think ultimately the Kai is like more faithful to the manga, so like there's that reason. It is shorter, so it's like an easier recommend. Yeah, like and Z I have a lot of fondness for, especially like, and there are lines in Z that I think are like delivered way better. There are lines in Kai that I think are delivered way better as well. I think the ones that in Z that are delivered better are better than the lines that are delivered better in Kai, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But it's what like there's certain parts of Z where I'm like, when Goku's like, I am truth or whatever the fuck. I was like, come on, give me a break.
I am gay.
You're not
like,
Superman.
whoa.
I am gay. I am gay. I am gay.
I am
gay.
What does he say? What does he say? Hero to all, nightmare to you, or something.
I thought it was enemy or nightmare.
It was like
Nightmare to you, and
it
I'm
was
like,
Sailor Moon shit.
Yeah,
It was
right.
it. You ever watch Sailor Moon?
It was very Sailor
like
Moon.
in the name of the moon, I will punish you.
Yeah,
You're like,
exactly.
All right, bro.
I'm like, yeah. 5-year-old me's like, let's go.
I think it's good. My only suggestion would be
Sucking
when you
penis
get
by
to
moonlight.
Majin Buu, I would switch to Z because like Kai's Buu saga sucks. Like a lot.
I didn't see it.
All of it's ruined. Like the Majin Vegeta stuff is weightless, which I don't even know how you do that because it's so good in the original.
M for McDonald's.
So stupid.
He does this point at himself.
He just says different words that start with M. He's like, this is M for McDonald. M for microwave. He sounds like this for some reason. It's me, Majin Vegeta. He's just fucking Mojo Jojo, basically.
He's Mojo Jojo now.
I am Majin Vegeta.
So I didn't really care for that arc. Yeah,
Is
in Kai.
Majin
Yeah.
Vegeta? Is Mojo Jojo Japanese? Right? He is Japanese.
It's not racist if I'm doing an impression of Mojo Jojo.
What is he?
Yeah,
I mean,
he's Japanese.
He's definitely a Japanese little fucking monkey with a brain hanging
is that
out.
what that is?
Yeah.
He's Mojo Jojo. Mojo Jojo.
I will kill you.
Mojo Jojo's the goat.
I am Mojo Jojo. This
He
is
is the
not
goat, but
racist.
he gets
I know he
beat
gets- I know
really
he gets
bad
beaten
a
up
few
pretty-
times.
a
And I'm
few
like,
times.
I don't like this.
They used to beat people up in those shows like way worse than like,
Dude.
I know we've talked about his brain hanging out a little bit, but
Yeah.
that really is really gratuitous. Like it's kind of insane.
the
that was on
worst. The
television.
worst beating up is the way they do. Way Bubbles does Fuzzy Lumpskins, man. She does him filthy. Like
that's
she,
the weird like
when she
Yeti thing, the hillbilly
Yeah,
Yeti.
Hillbilly
Yeah.
Yeti. I love.
I
Fuzzy
hate
Lump.
him.
She
I
does.
love him.
I always
love
hated him.
all
I
of
was
the-
so
I love
happy.
that he was pink. I love that he was like. Oh,
I just love how mad he would get about the dumbest shit. Like I don't know. Like it's. I loved him.
I loved seeing him get beat the fuck up. Like it was such a cathartic,
I like when they beat-
especially today.
I love when they beat up him.
I love their
that make me happy.
punching sound. Like it's like
It's
this
good,
magical,
yeah.
like this weird. That I can't replicate it. At all.
I wish there existed
It's like a
somewhere.
cord. It's like a fucking like a sharp ass cord, but with
It's-
magic at the end.
Yeah, with magic. Yeah, for sure.
I wish there was like some way, because there's other sound effects that you could find. Like you could find like Ed and Eddie sound effects like by themselves, like out there somewhere. Like I found the second I found the sumo sound, I was like, oh my god, I'm never letting go of this.
Okay.
It's so good.
Nice.
There was a sound effect in Ed and Eddie that like I think only happened once, but it freaked me out.
It's one that reminds me of Wheels. It's like Wheels and a pig somehow put together. I don't know what the sound is, but I've never heard that sound.
For me, it sounds like I don't even know, like an old ogre coming.
Whoa.
It's literally like, oh. It's like really fucking horrifying. Like, but I don't know how to like. You can't search for that. So like, I would have to watch the whole show again to like.
That's frustrating.
You know, and I'm
exactly
like,
what
I
you
don't know.
mean.
I don't got that time.
So sometimes you just can't, like, how do I look this
I can't look up.
Ed and Eddie is such a like. I didn't like that show very much.
You're crazy.
But there were moments from that show that would make me laugh till I would get headaches.
My dad and I both like all the shows that I would watch. It was SpongeBob and Ed and Eddie that he like as an adult appreciated and would like sit and watch with me and would laugh because that show's obnoxious. I remember specifically like hearing him laugh. They took Ed's stairs away.
Oh my god!
Because it was grounded.
They took his stairs.
It's like they took my stairs away because I am grounded.
And
then
so
Double
he
D, it
couldn't
just
get
cuts to
out.
Double D, and he says, "That's disturbing." And it's just so real.
They
for like
grounded
no
him
reason.
so bad they made it so he couldn't leave because he would have just wandered out again and probably ate a dog or something like that. Remember when he eats the bed?
Of course. How do you not?
Yeah. Terrible parents. You know?
No, they're not terror parents. They're keeping people safe because if he wanted to, he could really hurt somebody.
The power scaling of Ed is crazy.
Ed is so much stronger
Ed could kill
and
Frieza.
bigger.
Well,
you see the size of him compared to other kids?
You know what they're implying, though, right?
No, yeah, he's
He's older. I
He's
think.
got the.
No, he's what you call it. He's Lenny.
He's gifted strength. Yeah,
Lenny.
he's Lenny. He's
Lenny,
Lenny.
literally.
Yeah.
From
that's
what?
That's a great
Mice and men.
Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
of rats and
Of
dudes.
rats and niggas. Of niggas and
Of
rats.
rats and niggas.
It's so stupid. All right, we're gonna read our $25 patrons their names
If I
now.
saw that book sitting on the shelf of rats and niggas.
I'd buy that.
I'd buy it so fast.
Oh yeah, dude.
Let me get 4 copies.
They
You
should
have any
make
more in the bag? You have any more?
they should make a borderline offensive like black version of every like piece of literature.
Would
I love
Huckleberry
it.
Finn just be like 2 black people?
I don't know what they would do, but it's called Niggaberry Finn. And what's Tom Sawyer?
Nigga.
Tom Nigga? Tom Negroid?
Sawyer nigga. Tom soy nigga.
Dude, I remember I had a book. I remember somebody. I don't
Teen
remember.
nigga soy boy.
I remember I had something called The Holy by Bizzle.
Yeah,
which was the
super
dumbest fucking thing I've ever seen. Like I couldn't believe it's somewhere. It's probably sitting in my fucking basement somewhere.
Oh my god! And it's
But-
like it's like the Bible and like in what is it
In
the way that
AAV, yeah,
what's,
whatever it is.
whatever
I can't remember what
Snoop
it's.
Dogg speaks in.
Ebonics.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
that's not necessarily. That's his.
It is, but
shit.
no.
I mean, yeah. I guess you can classify it as that, but I thought he had a word for it.
Do we speak Ebonics?
no. You speak dumb.
No, it just no, not really. Because I mean, Ebonics. How do you? Whatever, dude. Because like to me, it's like Ebonics is Oakland shit. That's all it is to me.
Yeah, that's like very specific areas.
Yeah.
Oh, well, technically it is. What people? That's what it was. But they're like, this is technically Ebonic black literature. I can't admit this into my awards because I don't know what the fuck these apes are wailing about.
These apes. All right, let's get out of here.
We're gonna get the fuck out of here. We're gonna read the $25 patrons. So pop on over there if you want to have your name read at the end of the show and make us say stupid shit. Go ahead and do it. Never gets old.
Never at all. It doesn't get old.
My throat is actually killing me. I might have to hand this off to you after a page.
Want me to do? I'll do the first page. Derek will do the second. You do the last one.
All right, that sounds
Throat's
fine.
all fucked. $25 up patron starting now. Goonik the Hedgehog.
Gooning?
Goonik.
Stupid. Goonik the Hedgehog's
The
pretty
idea
good
of
though.
Sonic about to bust, and his feet start doing the twirly thing, and he's like,
Sonic don't make the same sound effect when he's like charging,
Ring?
like from like like the old Sega sound. It was like, zzz, like
I haven't heard him. I haven't played a Sonic or really seen Sonic media very much. I heard the new one is actually very good though. I heard the new Sonic and Shadow Generations is a very good game, so I might get it.
no, you won't.
You're right. Michael Maga Jackson, comedy shorts rapist, and Shaggy, his little as Shaggy and his little companion Roofy Doo, hitting a newborn with a berserker barrage.
Oh my god!
It would just be juice. Banged her prize. Just played the hammer game with my grandpa. I don't think he's breathing. Jumping in front of an anime truck to go into anime world, taking back 50 petabytes of AI generated hentai as real blackmail. By the Prophet, the Arbiter is on.
Monkey Sonic? What is that?
I'm going Gunic.
Oh, Gunic?
Oh, it's a coming phase. By the Prophet, Arbiter is on Infowars yelling at Derek. Wait, what? Yelling at Derek to watch JoJo.
What?
By the Prophet, the Arbiter is on Infowars yelling for Derek to watch JoJo. Like JoJo's Bizarre Adventures, I'm assuming. Or your wife? I don't know.
It must be JoJo.
I don't know.
Can you imagine? Maybe
Crystal's Fox, massive veiny throbbing girl cock.
I'll watch JoJo later.
Merchant. Got my ball stuck in the elevator door. all of your organs jiggle and shift around your body constantly, but I can't feel it because my brain locks it out. Dang, Sweeney reenacting the wheelchair scene from Red Dragon with his with his grandma. No, I would not. That's terrible.
That is crazy.
That is so fucked. I love my grandma. I wouldn't do that.
Like show like, is it just the part where it's flaming and going down the road, or is it the part where they're strapped down?
It's strapped down, I'm assuming.
And then it's showing the slides, and then you show your fucking tattoos and your naked ass. That movie was fun. I saw it in theater.
That movie, why?
I don't know.
I saw that in theater.
It was like a tradition. We would go. So I saw Hannibal. I saw fucking Red Dragon, and I saw Hannibal Rising. I was too
Your
young for
mom
Silence
took
of the Lambs.
you?
I guess. I don't remember. But for some reason, I thought Red Dragon was so fucking weird. Hannibal Rising was all right. The prequel. But yeah, it was
that
is
is
little pee-pee.
Crazy.
Little Sonic pee-pee.
Wait, where? I don't see it. Oh, it's right there. The tip is in his hand.
His tip is in his hand.
hidden, but some of the base is
He's
visible.
trying to keep it in his hand so it doesn't go all
So
over
it
the
doesn't.
place.
Yeah, he's clamping it because he was about to bust.
He's a palmer. He's
What a trooper.
This is Gunic the Hedgehog.
that's insane.
You,
Broly backshotting Sween.
So
Sweeney
gross.
is Chris in his Ozaru form. Race Wars episode 6, Return of the Niggy. Cumplings. Officer Down says the thwap. What the?
Glasses.
Thwopped wefting wide tooth blacks.
Okay.
I don't know what the fuck, some sort of Looney Tune ass fucking Elmer Fudd
It's
ass
like you
speak.
like he's supposed to be speaking like Mike Tyson, I guess.
I
with
guess
the lift?
Officer Down. Officer Down, some other shit. He's gonna fight Jake Paul. He's gonna get hurt really bad. I don't like that. I don't like this is gonna happen. I think Jake Paul is absolutely a fucking glaring cunt to even agree to this fight or set it up. I think Mike is too old and too prideful to
I don't
fucking
think
understand.
he'll get hurt because he is so juiced up right now.
Oh, he is roided to the nth
He's so
degree.
fucking like I don't think he's gonna win, but I don't think he'll be humiliated because he's kind of I just think he's gonna be too on too much drugs. So
I don't like it, man.
I don't like it either. But at
Sweet.
least it's free if you have Netflix.
That's true. Swing using his microphone cord to floss the gap between his teeth. Come on, that is not nice. Your Honor, I taught the dog to bark in Morse code, so technically it was consensual. Jorkin the penis Vance, the power of cum on a in the chin of your mother. The power of my cum on the chin of your mother. I'm the type of tired sleep can't fix. Vaughn of the Dead. That Octurely has me acting like the Deep. After the recent Superman BS, Sweeney's no longer has the right on most topics. Somehow I have avoided any Tyler the Creator songs and not heard a single one until
this
after
album,
listening to Cornucopia.
I knew it.
I don't know how you can fucking not. I think Tyler's such a boring artist now, man. I think he's making music, like he's making interesting music, but I just don't like it anymore. I just don't give a fuck.
It hasn't really interested me. I heard some of it and I was like, I have to be in a certain mood to even give it a try.
I think I appreciate that he's moving forward as an artist and changing, which I think is a good thing. I think if you're going to keep making music, you should continue to change. And he's not being bad at it, but it's like I haven't been a fan of him since like 20. Like when he was saying Wild is when I was a fan of him, but that's when I was younger. Like that's what I was listening
I understood.
to.
Like I was like, oh, Yonkers, that was pretty. that was a moment, I guess.
Yeah, I think Young. I didn't even think that's of course his best work. I think he made.
It's
Like,
not his best work, but it was just like him breaking out into the scene with that was. I thought that was actually really. I thought that was a moment.
I like the Odd Future mixtape. I think he was always just not the most impressive person on Odd Future to me. I thought Earl was always the most impressive.
Sweatshirt's fucking way better.
I think
everybody recognizes that.
People are like, Earl's such a weird rapper. He has no flow, and I'm like, Earl's flow is offbeat because he mimics MF Doom, one of the greatest rappers ever. But I think people are just,
What do you mean? Like he looks like it?
Well, no,
He
he-
looks like
he-
it?
I think
his-
just what
his
happened to
rap
him that like
But he's a sweatshirt.
wasn't he like in some type of institution or something?
Well,
What happened?
is
What happened to him?
they were all like friends when they were younger. They were all friends when they were younger, right? What happened is that Earl's mom saw him going down the bad path because obviously Tyler and them were not good influences on a young person.
Sure.
Not saying Tyler was a bad person or anything like that, but he wasn't the best influence for that. Like,
He was
Earl,
gay, I know.
Earl was showing bad signs, like obvious. Like some reason when my grandma moved from New York City, like she started seeing bad signs in me in the area I was around. So
You
she sent him
killed a
to-
few people, so
I
then
killed-
she like
he set some people on fire. So I turned the buildings into crucifixes and burned people. But she was like, "Oh, I don't really think my son is safe being around like this environment. I want him to be in a better place."
Yeah.
She herself is an academic. Curious.
curious. Is that Tucker Carlson?
What the fuck? No, that's the tattoo that Dave Rubin has on his back.
No, he has fucking bullseye. He has bullseye on his
Insert below. Oh my god, I feel so bad. That's not funny. I'm sorry, but what the gist of it is that Earl got went to Samoa for like a year, like a sort of like a Rick or not a. How do I explain? Like
Did you say Samoa?
Yeah,
I didn't know.
he got sent like over there. Like he was sent.
I didn't know where
away.
it was. I know he was like gone.
He was sent to like a I wouldn't say a juvenile like delinquency place. But he
like a ball weasel? What is this?
Oh, I don't know. I was trying to draw
ball
that
dog.
I started off trying to draw that fucking droopy dog from the fucking Looney Tunes show.
and then it turned.
And then it turned into testicles.
Turned into a little pig fella.
Okay.
But yeah, he went there, and by the time he came back, he was just like he did a lot of growing up, like a lot of introspection, and he was already like sort of checked out with the way that they were doing things. He was like, "Look, like y'all, like I understand, like we don't mean anything ill by it, but like this shit we're saying is not the most conducive to like helping young black men be the best they could be," which is a lot to put on someone as an artist in general.
Yeah.
But like he was kind of just checked out. He was like, I'm not really. I want to make my own kind of like music that helps like really provoke thought.
Yeah.
Because if he would have kept the scene he had, he would have been as big as Kendrick and shit like that. Now Kendrick and Cole.
Yeah, that's
if
the
he
thing.
kept that scene, but he just didn't care about that. He wanted to make music that was going to be feeding his soul. He was like, I want to make things I want to make.
Yeah, definitely a big what if, right?
And so he was like, I'm just gonna go underground, and then he got The Alchemist to be the person that's like, oh, I fuck with you heavy, and now he has one of the best. What?
Huh?
Well, he has one of the best beat makers in music history, making music for him, beats for him all the time. So I mean, he won in the end, but like,
Yeah, it's still kind of a what if. Like, I wonder how that would have went.
yeah, he's still revolutionary for underground hip hop. He is the guy for it right now. So I respect him for what it is.
He's pretty gay.
Yeah, sort of. Metallica's
He's
gay
like
for
emaciated
whites.
but big.
Yeah. That's exactly
Metallica, gay for whites. Gay for whites. I'm off the fuck and Aryan.
Whoa.
Okay. KSI in the thick of it. What's going on the tip of it?
On the tip of it. Stupid.
Beating domestic violence allegations, like how I beat my wife. Blair White canonically banging Alex Jones. Hannibal Lecter politely asking to
language
suck
is
your
that?
dicks. Will Graham pissing in Hannibal's mouth and giving him a piss kink. Oh my god. Jimmy Pesto from Bob's Burgers partook.
Oh, and January 6th.
He did?
Right?
No, right? No.
Right?
No.
What is he saying?
It says that, but I'm like, isn't Jimmy Pesto the fucking character?
What does it say? Does it give me other information?
No, it just says that.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, he's going to prison.
Who?
One of the characters from Bob's Burgers.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Jimmy Pesto's dad or something, right? Like the Father Pesto? Papa
Yeah,
Pesto?
yeah. So
Yeah, he went to did the January 6th stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, so now
It is fantastic.
He's gonna go get molested in prison for it.
Yeah. It's so funny how many of those dumb assholes got tricked.
It really is hilarious.
death. Jack the Wolfhouse Maori
Going to jail for that
filming
guy.
at the burning down of the Sears.
Imagine
for
going to
the
jail
Chris
for the
Regan
guy
documentary.
from The Apprentice.
For The Apprentice.
Insane.
Yeah.
You take 16 comes, and what do you get? You get another gay homo and a testicle with Great Peter. Testicle set a Great Peter. Won't you help me? Won't you take the whole I.O.? I guess it's like a lyric. I don't know. I didn't know the songs. I didn't know how to read it in the right cadence. Y'all should start a rape.
Point the mic
parody
down.
Band. Y'all should start a rape parody band called Rape Against. That is crazy.
Stupid rape.
That is crazy that you even suggest.
And it's just rapes. It's just all parody. That's crazy.
That's so fucking.
That'll go over really
That
well.
is so anti-Rise Against. Also, that it's insane. Big Meaty Stinks.
Rape.
Stop. My human taxidermy fleshlight and dildo business will pop off. Trust me, Andy, the man whose handies are now A tier, but not as dandy. Evil Sween be like, I'm skinny, I'm not gay. Oh shit. Danica Patrick is more retarded than you think. She literally thinks that the world runs by shape-shifting reptilians. Check it out.
No, she's into that shit.
Smoker Gids. What if YouTube
Oh my God, I
existed
gotta-
during
Patrick?
She's into fucking reptilians.
Yeah.
What if
she is.
YouTube existed during slavery?
I'm not joking.
Would there be slave review channels? Question mark. That is a fucking wild
Slave
thing.
review.
That is wild.
Jacking off the Ripper. Why does
Can you
Sween's
fucking
hair look
imagine
like
YouTube
that?
in like the fucking 17 fucking whatever is like
It would be fucking.
Skill Up but for a slave?
Nigerians.
Do not recommend, Mike. Do not recommend. This one.
I do not recommend Hakeem or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, whatever. That yeah.
Oh
That'd
my
be
God.
fucking wild.
That's what happened.
Jacking off the Ripper. Why does Sween's hair look like that? Sween's teeth are gross and gay. I have really good teeth. I think that's pretty
Gross
mean.
and gay.
By the power of Ra, you're playing with the big gays now, Prince of Egypt.
You're playing with the big gays now.
Kevin Durant's feet. Derek, want to do the next one?
Yeah, sure. I just had
playing
a.
with the big gays
the
now.
big
It's
gays now?
crazy.
James was watching that the other day. It's a good movie.
Prince of Egypt.
Yeah,
Yeah, except for all the fucking.
extremely historically inaccurate, but it's still good.
Don't start that conversation. Don't start that conversation. Let's not do that. If you read a book and you realize a lot of that stuff they say about that group of people is not exactly historically correct at
dude,
all.
it's
In
really-
fact, it's really fucked.
I'm a little bit sad because I started to catch up on why, because I couldn't understand why so many people were calling Ethan Clyde a Zionist, and I'm like, he's not. I was like, what the fuck are people? I caught up on I understand why people say
If you read anything about history proper involving a lot of the situations with the
he's a victim.
with people of that group,
People
that
just
is-
don't know real history.
they have been oppressed, and it's really sad, and they've been nearly exterminated, and that's also very sad.
Yeah.
But also read books to understand what everything is. You know, like
Yeah,
they
it's
still
just-
deserve respect, and they
Look,
should
long
not
story
be.
short,
aimed-
it's just from his perspective and a lot of people's, they just have bad history. They've been told something from young of how something went down, and it's just not
it's the same
accurate.
argument they make about the
So-
people that they're literally also
Yeah.
in.
It's unfortunate because
let's just
a
stop.
lot of those
Let's go
people
into it.
mean extremely well. It's just an unfortunate situation.
They're
They
all
just-
of us. So many of them are misinformed, and it's
Yeah,
all based on a
it-
really fucking dumb religion. But no one wants to talk about that because then you get
Yeah,
labeled as Zionist and you don't get a chance to work in Hollywood anymore.
right. The South is. Oh wait, did you?
Fuck are you guys talking about?
This is the next.
Here's page
one?
2.
All right,
Yeah,
okay.
I got you.
So the South is the best region of hip hop by far.
No, that's your opinion. I think it has some great.
I think that was true once upon a time.
I don't think that was ever true. It was never the best. It had fantastic
I
artists.
guess
though.
I guess not the best. It was just kind of having some of the most.
Influential and
Yeah,
like, forward-thinking,
it just had
100%.
like a boon, right? Okay, here we go. Relinquish ye contents of ye pockets, brev, or thou shalt chef a man up.
Who is that?
I'm drawing
Mr.
Super
Pants.
Saiyan. I'm drawing Super Saiyan Butthead.
Super Saiyan Boy.
That's what I was getting at. My brain was like, oh, that's probably a fucking Beavis, but Super Saiyan.
Mr. Pants, thick of it. I'm Mr. Dickovich, and everybody owes me my money, or I'll make you cold. So I guess like
Who's
I'm
gonna
Mr.
kill you?
Dickovich and everybody. I don't know it's probably maybe it's supposed to be in the beat of it, but I don't remember it. Sorry.
Yeah.
But I like where this was supposed to go because I'm a big fan of Mr. Dickovich. Give me my money.
Does Vegeta
What's
ever
my
have
money?
rounded eyes or no?
A beverage
He
of
never
sorts.
has rounded eyes in images.
Cardboard
Does
pie.
Vegeta ever have rounded eyes?
Because
The
the rounded eyes are like
Nautiloids,
the
Eldrick,
humans, the
Nautilusi.
humanoid characters.
Vegeta had rounded eyes.
Jizza
sure?
Jizza
That was just
Jizzison.
That was Toriyama's
Nice.
old style.
Jizza Jizzison. I like that. One for Jizz. Polish people are honorary. Polish people are honorary Negroes.
That's not true.
This
Don't
is
say
an
it. Don't
actual
say it.
fact. Google it.
That's not true. That's not true. I refuse to believe it.
Johnny old dipshit. Kick, add, destabilize Boston Dynamic. Row biggers. I don't think Lola Bunny would get me blocked by Sweetie. Please unblock. I'm sorry. Oh, didn't think Lola Bunny would get me blocked by Sweetie. Please unblock
You
me.
saw
I'm
that,
sorry.
right?
No.
It was someone sent me an image of
Of Lola Bunny in a compromised position, or
and
what?
I was like, dude, I'm blocking you. I was like, I'm blocking you, dude. Like, it was the first thing I saw in the morning. I woke up. I was like, all right, cool. I went, I exercised for a little bit. I looked at my phone. It was that. And I
You
was like,
unblock our patron now.
no, not on Patreon. I blocked him on Twitter.
Well, I'm just saying. He's
No, I'm not. No. You see
20
the video? There's something I posted of
he's
the
a
fucking.
$25 patron. You want to block
Something
him
I saw
now.
on Twitter of the fucking Sandy Cheek sex doll.
I'm gonna keep reading. I don't. Harris versus Clinton squared off. I don't want to know what that is.
I did see that.
Shit is diabolical.
That story where you had to tell a friend that trespassing is dangerous sounded smoky coded.
Curious.
I really want Jakey as a guest again. Well, tell Jakey to get his ass.
Jay lives in New York.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Jakey's
tell his
all
ass to get over
outside the
here
country.
into L.A. Or tell him to make a ball video about the Veilguard and disappoint us even further. I would like that. Put BioWare is outdated. I'd actually appreciate that. All right, where we go.
BioWare's dead and
He makes a video. BioWare's dead and gay and woke.
Could you that would make me
He
sad.
does a heel turn.
I was like, damn, bud, you were cool.
BioWare is so gay. And he's just on the ball and stuff. Like,
He's on the ball.
This is why BioWare is really fucking gay.
I'd be like,
It's like,
am I? I'm dead. I know I'm dead. This is not a real place.
everybody is just gone now.
This is retired Vegeta.
All right, where was I? Sophia
Geriatric.
Vegeriatric, you said?
Sophia Falcone? Falcone?
Yeah,
taking,
Falcone.
Taking my cum-covered ashes, calling them the F slur, and flushing me away. Hunter Dubois, gay bar shanty man. Retard butler screaming, "Ah, you nut." Entertained? What is? Oh, are you not entertained at the top of his fluid-filled lungs? I like that. Remember to tug me by the balls, open your jaws, and make me wetter. The Gadles. Rise Against is the used for straight men. The used is extremely gay. He's an extremely gay man. Smitchy the Kid.
That's a better Krillin than I thought.
Maori is
it would
pronounced.
turn out, actually.
Oh, Maori. So Maori.
It's not funny anymore.
You dumb cunts. They are the indigenous New Zealand and Polynesian peoples. Maori.
I don't care. I don't care.
She pipkin on my pippa, clicked the wrong button and subbed down a tier. I'm back. Oh, hey, thank you so much. Appreciate you being
returning.
back.
We appreciate you, not everybody else.
Cold Stone Cummery. I like that. Sweeney showers and sneakers. Facts. No way I'm hanging out with a couple of gooners. I'm just here so I don't get killed. I appreciate that. British people come, then be like, what's all this then? Big Dick Randy pulled out 20 years late. And in the sloppiest way possible, called that bitch Afghanistan or Afghanistan. Fun fact, Bryan Cranston voiced Fei Long in the 1994 Street Fighter 2 animated movie. I love that. I love like learning shit like that. Transfin Gremlin, Yush, Majin Red Foreman. I love it. That's a dangerous human being.
He'd be so much stronger than he needs to be.
He's so racist and so like he
Red
just
Foreman's not
kill-
racist. He's not. Stop.
He must be.
No, don't give that to someone that doesn't need to
A
have it.
Vietnam veteran is not racist.
My
Get the
grandpa
fuck
wasn't
out.
racist.
You just don't remember him being racist.
Stop.
They are all.
Stop, grandpa.
My grandpa came back from the Korean War. It's just like they unfortunately those soldiers can't help it because the way that they're taught, it is just coded in the language that they're using.
No, my grandpa was not racist.
They're
He
like
was the
racist
man.
by proxy of just being there.
It's like how cops become racist because they're putting crime-ridden like areas where black people are doing the worst things. Of course, they're gonna fucking become racist.
Yeah.
That's what happens unless you're fucking smart enough to understand what's happening to you.
Right.
But my grandpa wasn't racist. All right, he just thought Asian people were a little strange.
Dumbass. It's McDonald's, dumbass.
Dumbass.
What do you know about McDonald's, dumbass?
He blows up Kelso with a real key blast. He shoots a real key blast at Kelso.
Anyone else want to try me, dumbass? What about you, foreign nit? He's just like talking to Fez. You foreign monkey. What are you? What even are you?
That's crazy.
I do not know. What am I?
I do not know what I am.
I do not know what I am. I'm just gay. I'm just a gay. I'm a little queer.
I'm just queer, you know. I'm
a
trying to
little
fuck
queer,
Jackie though.
little-
He was
I try
queer,
to-
but also mad horny, and I'm like, I respect that, bro.
He's fucking all the time. Or trying to fuck is what I mean. He was a gooner for sure. What if 9/11? What if 9/11 was cute?
What do you mean? What do you mean, like a little cutesy thing?
These cute little Pixar planes. Let's see. Canadian sulking tankerously towards my devilish deeds. It's your boy Shawnee D, Cerberus Agent 267. In Scott the Waz's voice, hey y'all, Scott here, black people, am I right? Yeah, probably. I dreamed that Goku was late for Gohan's birthday with no present, so he came inside a condom and gave it to him. 3XO apologizing directly to Sweeney for what he tagged the crew in. You know,
You didn't do anything wrong, but don't worry. It's fine. I'm not tripping on you, bud.
if now that Dragon Age is going to be the thumbnail, because me at first it was going to be that
Do
thing.
not, no, not
It was.
that.
It was gonna be that at
No,
first. It's
it
gonna be
should not
Dragon Age, but
it should not be that. Just
it
because
totally was
that's
gonna be
attached to a case. That's the thing. That's attached to a case.
What?
Well, this sin before this, I guess because we might help people find that person. Also at the same time too.
It's just funny. It's uncanny. Anyway,
The worst image of me looks like is insane. I think that's such an insane image.
Sherrod Brown, he's gonna fuck your mom, make your dad trans, and eat your pets. You're very close to me, sir. you all right, sir?
That fucking
He's all right.
it's that woke shit I'm talking about.
Screen cap this and pretend like this is just the show, and this is how we actually.
Yeah, let's do that. Slurping, stroking, smoking, joking. Emoticon going like this. Has Derek checked out Jujutsu Kaiden yet? No, not yet. I've seen a little bit of it when I lived in Vegas, but you know. Watch Trump's interview with Theo Von or Rogan to hear him sometimes chuckle. That's as close to a real laugh as I've heard. Yeah, well, I mean, I heard him when he was talking about Arnold Palmer's penis. He chuckled.
Yeah.
So yeah, like it's
I think he heard our advice.
Yeah, those little things. I feel
He
like
must be listening.
he's definitely listening to the Snark Tank podcast. He went on Joe Rogan. He's like, yeah, I was listening to the Snark Tank. Listening to the Snark Tank, man. This Chris Raygun, he does a pretty good impression of me.
I was listening to this black man and another black man and a
This
little
dumpster island boy.
little dumpster island boy, a little garbage trash island boy. I watched him die.
I had him killed.
If he asked you to be part of his cabinet, would you do it?
No,
I would sabotage everything.
Yeah.
I would maybe do it for like a day and then like write a book about it.
I would shit in the office, and then like I would do it daily, and he would just be like, "Who keeps shitting in the office?"
Who keeps doing it? Who keeps shitting
I
on
would
my
join it and I'd be
hilarious
like,
death?
why you suck so bad?
Why do you suck so bad? What do you mean? You just what do you mean? I'm amazing. Anyway, next. Anyway, bring in the next prostitute.
Execute this boy right now.
Oh, are you getting sick, sir?
I don't know, whatever.
Execute this boy right now. Shoot this boy in the mouth right now. With a gun.
Obi, won't you blow me? Oh my god, I hate when it's. I beat him off, suck his penis just to show that I'm gay. Kremlin or Gremlin? All right, last page. You take it away, Chris?
Oh yeah. Alrighty, it's me. It's my turn. It's my turn. I like that. I like how the search tabs are Jackal, new tab, and then Raccoon's Race.
Raccoon's Race.
Because we were looking that up for.
Damn, that was a while ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Last episode.
Yeah.
50 Cent to 50 Cent
Racist
blood
Raccoon.
in my piss.
Raccoon.
Why is the Snark Tank gay and retarded? At least 13,744,859 ants in the shape of a human. There's only one queer left. How would you guys rank the Baldur's Gate 3 companions as characters and fuckability?
Oh, it's unfair. It's unfair.
There you go. Wage Slave 583. Papini Brothers presents
Can we agree
Vegeta's.
last is Gale?
For men, yeah. Because I think there's a lot of women that would fuck Gale.
Oh, yeah. Okay, for sure.
I think Holst, what's his name again?
Paulson?
I think because he's just, I like him as a character, but like realistically, if you looked at that dude, like men and women, they're kind of like, nah,
Not feeling it.
I pass.
Lily thought Halston was attractive.
Well,
So
She obviously leaned clearly. Clearly, she was like, "Oh, Will is the most attractive one." I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Well, of course, you're tainted.
You're tainted."
But like, she was like, "Well,
was she lean towards Halston?
huh?"
she thought interesting.
How, but
crazy.
they all
'Cause to me,
mention
he's
how
like a-
pretty
he's
So
like
Halston
she's just
is.
attracted to hideous people.
Yeah, I guess.
But he
That's
just
crazy.
reminds me of one of those romance sex novels, of those corny ass niggas.
I
you know?
think that's why he just like, oh, he looks like insert attractive.
I don't know
big
any
guy
women
here.
in real life that like that. That's what fascinates me. Like they exist because those books are popular, but I'm like,
I never see girls with people like
who do
that,
you
but I
know
never
that-
see guys like that really in my life as well.
that's true. With Fabio, remember Fabio?
Yeah.
Who the fuck do you know that was like Fabio's hot? You know what I'm saying?
Not really
Ain't
anyone I
nobody.
know.
Like that's what's so
But when he was prevalent, I wasn't talking to girls about like I wasn't having those
right.
conversations with girls.
That's true, but
But
it's
that
like
doesn't nullify it because a lot of women thought he was hot. You know, a lot of women didn't think he was hot.
It
so-
feels like it was one of those things where it's like, you know how like Trump's base ignore his like clownish spray tan, where he clearly looks stupid as shit, but they just ignore it and say like this guy's awesome and shit.
Yeah.
I almost feel like it was like a thing like that, a wave of just like, oh, Fabio is so hot because they willed it into existence. Because I'm like, who people really like that?
Who are the male
He's
characters?
looking at
in
Mop.
that?
Wage-
Astarion's probably the
Wage-
most high guy.
Wage Slave, yeah, probably. Wage Slave 583.
fucking mop.
Papini Brothers Emporium.
Fuck my ass. I'm a
Papini
mop.
Brothers presents Vegeta's Galactic Food Review Channel. Donk Donkerson. Oi, yo, big come bounce on the go.
Oi, get the camera
back
off
in the
me.
Buka de. Oh, can't do Buka de
I was trying to eat my taco and I was
Take
Gate
the lights
six.
off me now, bastard.
no, turn the lights off. Turn the
Hontley.
lights off. No, get them off.
Hontley.
Do you remember that?
Hontley, man.
Do you remember that?
Get those lights
One of
off.
his-
Huntley, man, I'm just trying to
like he's a
motorboat
vampire.
Karlak's cheeks like I'm the Gungan
Get the
chief
lights off.
from Phantom Menace.
Imagine being a Trump
fucking
vampire.
sprouts like
PP.
wigs. It starts flying.
He's
everywhere.
a terrible vampire.
Extra ammo idea. A question thread for $25 patrons. We want some love too. Oh,
Oh, what? What happened?
I hadn't considered that.
A question thread
Just
for the patrons.
a question like 4 extra ammo. Like a patron question only thread for the $25 and up. That's
yeah,
not
I'll do
terrible.
that.
That's not a terrible idea.
Oh, so like give like the $25
like an extra thing.
okay to make sure that we.
That's
can
not too bad. I don't.
get over a little something something.
I don't hate that
Yeah,
idea.
you guys deserve it.
I like it.
The darkness darkened darkly, darkening the dark until it dimly darkened even the darkest dark.
Damn,
Some fucking
pretty dark.
That's the Hemingway. Me be fishy. Hamstrokers ejacula. John Strickland. I will in fact be wearing a suit and tie to the Super Bowl. Merck's 1889. I miss scene chicks.
Me too. I'm be real. I actually miss seeing chicks. They're pretty.
They were good bodies, man.
Yeah,
They were good
aesthetically
bodies.
pleasing. The men look stupid as fuck, and I'm glad that's over.
I just the
Seeing
scene
guys look so goddamn stupid.
Oh, they look
Holy shit.
They look
I was just watching some old like emo videos. Like, I was watching Seosin, Silverstein, like these old emo bands, and I'm just laughing because I'm like, bro, they all of them now, like how they look. Because some of them a lot of bands are coming back and releasing music again, and they all look awesome now. Beards, distinguished, they're dressing well, and I'm just laughing. And I'm like, all of you just hate that shit how you looked before. You know, they look back at it.
It was cringe, dude.
I feel like they probably like it still, and they're
If
just
they
like,
like
it
it,
doesn't work for us.
might-
We're too old to do it.
They might like that back then. They might be like, I thought it was cool back then. I could never imagine.
I think it's
putting that
also
shit
part
on
of
now.
branding, like in images. Like I think
If
it
they-
was more about being striking. Than,
Look, man, goth people still doing their goth things. They don't grow out of that shit. Other than like the kids that were never really into it, they just did it to be cool or something.
Yeah.
But the goth people are still doing goth stuff. They're still bands, and they still have their own theme. They're still dressing like that. That fucking phase looking essentially as effeminate as possible. Like they don't fuck with that shit anymore. They all have beards and they're graying and stuff. They look distinguished now, and it's just cringe to look back at it. Like how could you not? You know, having choppy hair and just making yourself look as the tightest shirts possible and wearing like it was just like, oh yeah, one of my friends he was mistaken as a woman all the time when we go out because that's like the way that he dressed. And they're like, oh, excuse me, young lady. I'm like, yeah, that's what you get, bro. That's what you get.
Yeah, we should fuck because you're a girl.
Yeah, you fucking queer. Ugh. Oh, you're so hot.
Yeah, so like, it's going to happen or what?
Anyway, the first church of Keith David, the gold in Asmongold is a reference to the frothy, ripe piss he drinks every morning.
What is ripe piss?
Bring Gabby back on the podcast, fuckers.
It's perfect.
Pre-Roz. Spread your cheek so I can shit in your ass. Blake896. Radiohead, nice peeing. Back off, Brat Summer. It's time for Liam Payne Fall. I hear you like 'em hung. Alaskan oilfield trash. Texas tater salad. Young Sheldon. Thrown through every window ever. Tickle my ass hairs. Niggy Jizzy, formerly known as Nicky Ziggy. Nintendo Entertainment Sexdom. Nintendo Sexy 4. Gay Cube. Nintendo Wiener. So stupid.
Nintendo Wiener. I like it.
Nintendo Switch.
That wasn't gay. What was that?
There's several. Oh, yeah. Okay. It's because Switch is like
Switch?
Switch is like
I like a submissive and dominant.
Yeah, it's like down. Yeah,
Oh,
that's not really gay though. That's
That's
just
a
like
term not for like when you're both.
yeah. If if you don't care. Trump breaking character. Sweeney losing weight to fit into his Long Beach Griffey costume for Halloween.
I'd love to be Griffey. That's
Would
fucking
you?
hilarious. Griffey's fucking hilarious.
Sorry, Miss Jackson. Badly brave. Duck cunt. Aetherian, Broderian Puncher, Nate from Memphis 1, and as always, King of Haphazard.
Let's go.
Rounding out our list.
I'm sorry, Miss Hazard.
It might not be what you get.
I am for real.
Never
Meant to subscribe to this show.
Wait, guys. Wait,
Never
before
been subscribed to
before you
this
leave,
show.
guys, if you guys want to watch a really good show, the show called Ted Lasso, very good television show.
There we go.
That show looks terrible.
It's really fucking funny.
I can't even begin to get. What is it, like a soccer thing?
It's about a guy
I
going
think
from.
it's a Big Bang Theory spinoff.
Dude, I couldn't give a fuck. I still haven't seen Rocky because I don't care that much about fighting.
I think Ted Lasso is really fucking good. It's a good show. It's a feel good show though.
Oh,
so
you're
it's like
talking
one of
about
those
the Sylvester Stallone show.
shows. No, you fucking
Yeah. It's me, Dead Alexio. I
It's
Dead Alexio.
Jason Sudeikis in it.
What's the what's the
that's
show
not-
called again? No, what's the show called? I don't
Ted
remember.
Lasso.
Oh, okay. Hey, me. Ted Lasso.
Why did you need me to set that up for you? Like, why did you need me to tell you the name of the show again?
I forgot. I literally
Okay,
forgot.
because I thought it was like, oh, you're just gonna, like you could have. That was a joke you had in your bomb the whole
No,
time.
I was like, I wanted to do the thing, but I couldn't remember what it was called.
Bye-bye.
Bye.